And good time zone, Silver Gauntlets, and welcome to uh, brackets. That's the word I can't say. I promise. I know what I'm talking about. Brackets matchup in round two, round of 16, between Aurelius and Alfalfa. We've got a great cast of both runners and volunteers for you today, and I'm going to hand it off to Kyrie, Jax, and Sadie. Everybody?
Yeah,
What is up, everybody?
yeah, we're here. We're ready for another Challenge Cup race. And this is going to be a really interesting matchup considering what we've seen so far. Wow, this isn't a lovely screen here. So I don't know if we really call these head-to-head counters because I don't think they've played one-on-one yet, have they? This is their first one-on-one. But in major races, they are 50-50.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's kind of exciting. And don't let those numbers fool you. Aurelius is absolutely no slouch. Even though Alfalfa's got that 175 next to the number of races. Aurelius has had an awesome showing.
Yeah, one thing I'm going to say is that he got out through he beat Artificial Red in round 1, and I saw that seed. That seed was unabashed hot garbage, and if I hadn't watched it, I think I would have been forced to play it on my channel. Because I think some friends sometimes gives me his shit seeds. But that was a 50 skull seed, and both of them took it to almost 4 hours because it was 50 skulls for logical first hook shot. The one thing I'm interested in is that Aurelius didn't got a hookshot out of logic, and still it was a very close race. So I think that if we're looking at a high complexity seed, maybe the lack of experience might come in. But again, we've seen a lot of runners who came up last year doing very well, and keep on seeing runners who are newer runners coming in this year doing well as well. So I'm excited to see what we're going to see out of both these runners.
Yeah, it should be interesting. As you said, we have one runner with a experience advantage, but does not mean it's their race. It could be anyone's. It's a very tight season. The mid pack where both these runners are sitting are just so strong these days with new runners coming in who are just naturally good at the game. It's crazy. The skill
Yeah,
level
I think this
we're getting
entire
at.
kind of like the 70 through 95 range, 75 through 95 range, in the quals was actually Alfalfa did this. Alfalfa actually did this analysis, if I remember correctly. There's like almost no point separation between them in the qualifiers. It was just a very, very strong pack in the middle, full of people who are old names who just underperformed their previous expectations. Like Alfalfa was in top 64 in S5,
Yeah.
and some new runners who have performed very well in quals, like really performed quite well.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So the entire region, I think you can say absolutely nothing statistically about differences between them. Just like, yes,
Yeah.
it's a 16 ranks apart, but that entire like 25 person pack there is all very, very similar in ability.
Yeah, no, exactly. And just looking at what we're starting with, we are starting as adult. We are starting with a spirit medallion, and we are starting with Saria's song. So no weird SFM access logic this seed.
I will say I do not like starting with Saria's song because it just means that song out at SFM is in Logic right now. And
Yeah.
do you want to go for it? I never want to walk out there nowadays. When I start as a newer runner, I definitely would go and even just Mito skip in to just get some early logical information, but it's just a long walk to get just the song. But if it's something like Storms or Zelda's Lullaby, you need it early.
Exactly. And honestly, though, I don't see them going straight there. I have a feeling they're going to go adult CAC, do the basic adult opener, and then
It
they
seems the
might.
only variance out of that would be to do a adult river play beforehand or after.
Yeah.
But if you're thinking about having, Alfalfa is someone who I've talked with about Zero Theory before, and one of his thoughts about this meta is that maybe you do need to think about the adult. I would start calling the adult 0.5, the child 0.5. Like, just go get the
Yeah.
absolute necessities, and get your songs, and get out, and then
Yeah,
figure out
pretty
what to do from
much.
there. So we might see that. We might see something completely different.
Yeah, we might see them just opt to go straight to child. I've seen that a couple times.
Yeah, that would not be my preference.
Yeah, same here, but like I have seen runners do that before.
Yeah. I definitely have,
Yeah.
but it would not be my preference. I prefer to be adult whenever I can.
We are starting with Saria's and also with our spirit medallion. So I'm kind of interested to see if we wind up getting like a Dancy Dad check, get a route through Lost Woods, get some of those checks whenever we hit our child one.
Fire,
Spirit, Yaku, fire,
water, and Jabu.
Jabu. Ooh.
Ugh, that Jabu one is gross.
That's
50 is dead.
Alright.
Frogs is dead. Both
Frog's
frogs
dead
hit.
again.
And
40's dead.
Alright.
Very convenient.
And yeah, it
Just
looks
double
like
checking there is like, did I really read that twice?
it does look like
Alfalfa is going to be doing the adult lake route. Or adult river route.
Ooh.
Wow,
That
you
hammer's
good. Yeah, we have a hammer early.
Oh wow, wait, where was Hammer? Open
Riding
grotto?
cat.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, glad we're back, y'all. Oh, and we have the strength upgrade. So if Alpha will be showing off with the glitchless jumps I was talking about when you couldn't hear me, the fact that you don't really want to do the adult river route if you don't have these glitchless jumps on lockdown. This is the easier one. That one is it's a setup, but it doesn't require precise it doesn't require precise inputs in the same way as the other one. And using the
Big Goron's
Big
dead.
Goron's dead. I like to see that. That is a very good hint I like getting early on because I don't like having to worry about thinking about Big Goron.
Actually, if I remember correctly, I think Aurelius will be happy to see that because I believe that the other nasty thorn in the seed he had with Artificial Red was a required Bigoron.
Oh, that's always a nice
I know there are
little
two
jab.
very nasty things.
Yeah.
Interesting doing this one first.
Decorated Tree to Morpha. Well, that's a nice hint. Because we're going to be going there anyway.
We knew where the Kokiri sword is.
You know, I'm sure we'll get a hint, I'm sure we'll get a hint that leads us to it eventually.
Sunsong is sitting in Ice Cavern.
Ooh.
Let's hope Sun's Grave isn't required.
I hope that Sun's Grave has
and also,
something.
There's nothing important on 30 that you need very early, because it just is kind of a pain in the butt to collect early skulls without Sunsong.
You know, I really want to see what our OOT song is.
Yeah, we have a lot of options right now.
Let it be Nocturne.
Yes, please.
Wait,
I'm sorry, it can't be Nocturne.
Let it be ZL. Let it be ZL.
It can't be ZL.
Dang it.
What you're looking for is let it be Requiem.
Thank you. Yes, let it be Requiem.
Ooh.
I've already forgotten what our medallions are.
There's a couple mean things.
Yeah,
I want it to be
we have a
storms.
Stone Shadow.
I
We have a
want
Stone
to.
Shadow.
I want the OOT song to be storms.
Yeah, Storms is good.
Ooh.
And here's my reason I want it to be storms. I want it to be storms, and both runners be like, okay, maybe storms isn't required this seed, and then they go through the seed and they actually are able to beat it, but then lights are in well.
That always sucks.
Oh, that
Typically,
hurt.
typically we end up with typically what you end up seeing though is people are going to, when they have one of those sketchy songs, they'll be more willing to do a Stone's Dungeon Dip.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I do love the Stone Forest. This is a great time to have a Stone Forest. I hate Stone Forest. Stone Forest always feels very bad, but also it's easy to get into. You just have no indication whether you need to go there.
Stone
Honestly,
Forest
actually, this is not
bad.
the worst layout for a Ocarina of Time.
And you want to know another thing? DC, I hate like when DC isn't required because like you tend to do it anyway, and then whenever it's like not required, it's like has nothing. But you have
It's like 5 minutes. It's
exactly
5 minutes and a lot of good checks and a lot of good skulls. I don't feel bad about DC.
It's so annoying when it has nothing.
Yeah, well, I would rather get a foolish DC as opposed to an unrequired foolish forest, because DC is fast and excessive.
Yeah.
And again, we do not have foolish hints, considering this is S6. If you're looking forward to seeing foolish hints return and having to be useless, as always, you can hang out on the weekly today, this upcoming weekly this evening, where there's gonna be Dungeon Entrance Randomizer.
What?
Which
And
I'm
foolish
very
hints.
excited to see.
Yeah, I've
Cool.
played a couple seeds. I will say it feels really weird. I'm glad that we're checking it out, but it feels really strange. And also, foolish hints are as useless as I remember them being.
So there's nothing on top of DC right now.
Nope.
Check the wall. I don't disagree with Aurelius not peeking this wall, because when you have hammer, it's faster to just do that.
Oh yeah. Because if it is something, it takes longer to run back around to it. Alrighty. Nothing was on Dampe, eh?
Yes, just dungeon
There was
entrance, no
not.
other entrances.
Alrighty.
Alright, so we're gonna get to see what's in Goron Maze. I think it's always great whenever you can get Goron Maze early.
I do like it. It's 3 fairly easy checks to do, and you get a hint. And a hint, yeah.
Yeah, doing Goron City early with hammer, love that. It's got this real advantage of the Metagoron hit becomes reasonable. Like, Metagoron hit is not my favorite thing to do.
And magic
Early
in
magic.
Goron Maze. Nice. OOT
We have a horse.
Eponas.
Ooh.
That can
Ooh.
potentially be a problem. We'll see.
Yes.
AD fans can note. If you have to cross
1500
a
is
wasteland.
dead. 1500 is dead, so
but
it could still be 1,000.
1,000
We
is
could.
not a hint, so
Okay, let me finish my thought here. I'm not thinking about 1,000. I'm not thinking about Big Pose. What I'm thinking about is we have required spirit, and without a long shot, we will need, if there is a vanilla requiem.
ooh.
Yeah, it could be nasty.
So this is still this is very much just keep on note. Oh, I missed the Metagoron hint because we were talking about hook shots. Until we see a hook shot, I'm not going to be... There has to be at least one hook shot on this side of the wasteland. Oh, 50 repeat? Wonderful. Oh,
Giant pot dead.
no, that's the opposite of dead. That's the boss
wait.
key.
Oh, I saw key. I missed that it was boss.
Well, all keys in Shadow are required. And there's 30 dead.
I like whenever the pot's hinted because and Midos is loaded, it looks like.
Nay,
Wait until you see
I
it.
spoke too soon.
Oh yeah,
And a
bow.
bow.
Alright,
That's nice.
bow at least, but I definitely
So-
spoke a little too soon.
A little bit. So if we're thinking about one of the things, I have a proposal now, because one of the other things that's being changed for the weekly settings is they're doing just chest textures match contests, not chest size. My proposal is that we should have a extension to chest size matches contents, where you have the you leave it as a small chest, but you have it you put the unique item texture on it.
Ooh.
Here's my suggestion. I have no idea how it would work, but I think it'd be funny, and that's the highest good.
Interesting. But yes. Moving Mido out of the way. Just jump over him.
Mido skip
Yep.
skip.
We love Mido skip skip.
Yeah.
It also means you can walk out if you want to. And
True.
since Aurelius hasn't done River, there's a small chance that he gets a scale or the DLC boots in the next 2 checks, and he's able to go do a nice route with that.
Yeah, true. And also, it's so early on in the seed that it's likely we're going to be back here as an adult anyway, so it's just a convenience thing.
It is
Absolutely.
nice, though, for Alfalfa having that strength, being able to go into DC early instead of skipping by
Ooh.
it.
True. I
Yeah,
didn't
if
think of that.
If Aurelius had wanted to, he could have gone to do the first 2 checks in DC. And technically, that strength is out of logic, so anything past the first 2 checks will be out of logic here, as far as we know.
There was something in Thieves' hideout was dead, but I didn't catch what it was. Center chest? Alrighty.
This is the interesting thing about having the early hammer. This means that if you see any bombs indicated, that ends up starting to become quite interesting.
Are we gonna
Because
see?
hammer takes out so many of the explosive lock checks.
Yeah. And yeah, we are seeing a glitchless jump here.
Yeah, going for the jump into the water setup, which is a good way to learn this jump. This trick is to start there. There is a jump setup you can do from the entrance that saves you the amount of time it takes to climb in and out of the water.
Yeah, no, I've seen that setup. I didn't know you could just jump into the water for it. I can't get this jump. I've tried numerous times.
It's really worth putting the time in because it's just you do this almost every seed and it saves a significant amount of time.
Yeah.
And frustration. Well, we do have a bottle an in-logic bottle for whatever that means.
Yep.
Domain to
Domain Twin Rova. Alright.
That does raise the question of where ZL or a scale is.
Yeah, the more important part, I would say, is you'd want to see the ZL or the scale, or at least, there's ZL. Did I mention something about ZL being out at SFM?
But we still need bombs.
Zora's River de Volvagia.
So that's strength up there, potentially.
Strength. Well, yeah, that adds up, because we need a strength to get pushed to block. Probably a BK further
higher
down.
key. Higher key or early key, but you still need to climb up to knock it down.
Yeah, no hovers.
That would mean our other 2 strengths are strength locked, which is good information for trying to figure out what we need to beat Spirit.
Yep.
Which makes me think we may end up in a forest at some point, because that's a significant place to find single strength locked items.
Another big chest in DC.
Let's see, what is it? Another bow!
Oh.
Alright. That is very much
That is an out of logic bow as for the moment.
That is... how's it out of logic?
The strength upgrade, which you need to get past the oh no, it's not it's out of logic. The bow trick is not in logic.
Oh yeah.
To get up the stairs.
Yeah, that I forgot where we found that strength, but that strength was gone out of logic. You are correct.
Logically, what do we need to get that strength?
Hovers or bomb bag or scale.
Yeah, entry to river. Doing the glitchless jump is not in logic, but you can hover to it. So that's probably not too deep in logic. And again, with this means that getting into Zora's domain for the 2 Twin Rova path is probably in logic, unless we're talking about something on King Zora.
Yeah. Link the Rolling Goron had nothing. Cool.
Link the Rolling Goron, actually useless.
Well, he does open the door.
Link the Rolling Goron. Good for only one thing.
He always opens the door, and you don't want to go around the other way, trust me.
I have my opinions about the Rolling Goron, mainly because I really hate trying to time blowing him up.
Oh, it's terrible.
Okay,
I
so
agree.
here's what you do with that. You're trying to get the explosion to happen a little before you get to him, because that explosion hitbox lingers. So you want a little before, and the other thing is that if you try, the explosion count for a bomb is basically a 1, 2, 3, and the explosion count for a bomb flower is that same cadence but to 6, so it's twice as long.
Interesting. I didn't know what the cadence was, so that's good to know.
Yeah, so you're just trying to just count in your head, count to 6 slowly in your head, and that's when the bomb flower is going to go off. And you can use that to try and time that better. Even so, I still miss that because that is not easy. You know what is easy? Having the bow when you go through here.
Yeah, I agree. Bow makes it the easiest. There's a funny clip in my channel there where I am gonna shoot the bow and I'm like, oh, that should hit, and then I just completely miss.
What are you aiming at?
I was like, oh,
it doesn't. It always counts as hitting if you don't care what you hit.
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that excellent bow does mean this area is all in logic. For whatever
Wait,
that is.
Was that fire arrows or a red rupee?
That was a red rupee.
Red rupee.
You would absolutely pick up fire arrows at this point.
Yeah, I assume.
Yes, that is true incoherent. There is a change in the new dev branch. The current sort of weakness being ruled on is you just have to talk to Link to Goron once. You don't have to talk to him twice, just once.
That's honestly such a great quality of life thing. The amount of times I've had him repeat the same dialogue because I forget to switch to the other option.
What, you don't like just randomly traumatizing children?
I mean, I'm a teacher, like, my job is not to as much as possible.
So here's my thing with that. I did it a bunch as a kid where when I played this game vanilla, I would accidentally just press the button and I'm like, why won't it like continue? And I realized I had to like switch it to like the other
Yep.
other option.
Oh, so we also saw a big pose is dead hint, which means that we are
Yep.
down to 1 hard on a lock check. Miss Benny.
Interesting.
Additionally, one thing that's interesting is there were chews on the Crater Fairy, which Aurelius was able to get, but Alfalfa won't since Alfalfa hasn't been to Sacred Forest Meadow yet. So
Yeah,
if there's
that
something
is
bomb locked,
yeah, that could be very
true.
interesting.
And
I think we'll see Aurelius get that strength upgrade on this child round because with those bomb shoes and with the Zora's Domain hit, you're going upriver.
yeah, oh yeah. I think you do like child cack and all that first.
You get the songs, and I would not be doing rushing you off to child cack. There is
Really?
one check in there's one check in child cack.
Oh yeah, I guess it's not as strong. It's stronger for me because I usually go child cack first because I prefer opening as a child. So I would go child cack and just get everything as a child and stuff.
you want to know what would be a strong move at this point? Go Lon Lon and then go Valley Lake.
Ooh, I like that. And there's some chews right there for alfalfa.
Let me
Never
think about
punished.
that. Do I agree? Do I agree with that thought? Valley isn't bad. Like, it's not bad here. Like, you need one more piece of glue to stick your route together at this point. And so it would depend on what else I saw as a child, early child. I would definitely be going to get my songs. Honestly, I would not Valley Lake. I would go Southfield. I would wait until after I got Sario's song and go Southfield because you have explosives. So Southfield would be better.
Wait, how did Aurelius kill that Skulltula without breaking a stick?
Oh, that is a trick called Steel Stick. You're able to. Oh,
What
Please.
was that cactu
Cactubarinade.
What have we found in CAC so far?
Song
Hammer?
of Time and the Hammer.
Something
Ooh.
in fire?
That's our
Something in
better.
GTG.
That's our better not say what I think he wants to say right now.
Oh, I can feel the waves coming off of Dastar.
Yeah, thank you, Bailnog, for clarifying that steel stick question. That Deku sticks have 2 hitboxes, and only one of the hitboxes actually break the stick. I can do steel stick. I do it all the time. It's a great tool for particularly when you're doing early school routing, because it means you don't have to route your sticks as heavy. But yeah, I didn't know that was the exact mechanics behind it.
Woo. That is something I have to learn.
Yeah, honestly, Aurelius, with Aurelius' time of day, I might have considered a Valley Lake, but again, that's a very thing. Yeah, I think that has to be it. Actually, that makes sense. The way Incoherent put the steel stick, if you hit something with a broken stick, the half that counts as the broken stick, it doesn't break. You can't break something that's already broken.
True. Cool. And we're seeing the other setup here for FM skip.
Very smooth.
Flawless.
Yeah. And Aurelius is going to get those that river information now.
And get the strength upgrade.
No, it's
And
a 10
probably
pack.
buy some beans.
Keyboard power, yes. If you were not aware, there are some very, very powerful players in this community who play on keyboard, and Alfalfa is one of them.
Yep. That was actually so cool to
And guess what? That's our
Okay.
first chicken touched.
Yeah, Aurelius has touched a chicken.
uh but yeah, that chew pack in, you said Aurelius's pack was in Crater, right?
It's a Crater Fairy, yes. So that's very helpful.
So yeah, that was a 10 pack, and that's a decent amount. Curious to see how many Alfalfa got in the grotto. He found some in.
Yeah, I mean, statistically it's most likely to be 10, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
I do have a new prediction going. Do we think that Epona's is required for logical Gerudo Valley Bridge crossing?
Ooh.
Nah.
That is a great question, and I think given what we've seen so far, I might actually say yes.
Oh. I'm gonna say no. I'm sticking with my gut.
But no, thinking about it though, if you're looking at having this the moment we see Nocturne, not necessarily Nocturne, the moment we see Din's Fire or Hover Boots, I say I double down on that thought. Because that's the nice thing about having a Stone Shadow. I think people are like, oh, Stone Shadow, that's
grab
scary.
the chicken. Oh no.
It's fine. You can go back and get it there. This is like the least punishing place to drop that chicken.
Yeah.
So, what was
Not
I
if they
saying?
hopped in the river there though. That was close.
Yeah. So what was I saying? The nice thing about having Stone Shadow on Ocarina of Time is that Stone Shadow is very, very telegraphed if you have to go into Shadow. You are going to find your Din's Fire, you're going to have Nocturne, you're going to have Hover Boots.
And we
These
do already
are
have
not...
we do already have that early magic.
It's true. Early magic isn't necessarily a glaring sign of Goda's Shadow in the same way that, like, Din's Fire and Hovers can be. But, it's there. I love that visual glitch when you just you do not catch the edge and just kind of shake. And now Aurelius has that strength upgrade, which efficiency-wise, this is more efficient than Alfalfa's route. Ooh, looks like that was a 5-pack in Lost Woods.
That's, I mean, have to be a little bit more conservative, but it'll work.
It's enough to get you started. I do like checking Hyrule Castle Fairy, though, because this can get orphaned until the end of time.
Oh, yeah. And yeah, we're seeing our first look at Hinted Domain.
Yeah, path and domain. We'll see if we can get our item here. If we're looking for, oh, hello there.
What was that? What did I
That
just
was
miss?
A hook shot. I see
Oh,
something about Hyrule Castle getting orphaned till the end of time. That's a little scary for Aurelius.
out of logic at the moment, but not far into
And
logic. All we
forgetting
need is a
Castle
bomb bag.
too.
Yeah, what are you doing with your
Ooh.
time of day here, Alfalfa? Either you feel like you don't have enough information, possible, or you want your time of day to be very specific. Those are the two reasons that you would go out to Hyrule Castle too.
You know, the only thing that would make me happy here is if the hinted item was on Thawing King Zora.
Yeah, it's important to check this right now for that reason, so you know if Ruto's letter moves way up in your priorities list.
Exactly.
The sad thing about having Baronade is that Baronade has two separate required items that go along with it. So you're getting led to one by that hint. Yeah, the hook shot is that is a major early advantage.
Yeah, and I'm also thinking about that Deku Tree to Morpha and really wondering where is that K-Sword now? Because having that information will help us sort of figure out that
Oh,
logical...
Richard had
Oh, good dog. That was a
Spear
bomb
Zero
bag.
bomb bag.
Oh! That
So
puts some stuff into
everything's
logic.
everything's in logic that we've done so far now, I think.
Yes, everything's now becoming to logic. And Alfalfa's immediately taking advantage of that to do Bombchu Bowling, saving first to keep the money.
100%. Like, that's
Yeah,
what
if you have the money,
here.
you do it. Yeah, if you have the money, you do it.
Yeah, that's great for
Oh
Alfalfa.
dear, I don't like that.
Uh-oh. Oh.
I don't like that.
Oh. Was that a wallet?
That was a wallet in Path Domain.
So we're halfway to be able to get the other check there.
Ugh.
What is
Because we do have a bottle. We do have a bottle.
The path is to Twinrova. Wallet will buy tunics, and it will buy blue fire.
And blue fire would let us get the other check in domain, which is King Zora.
Okay. Here's what I want to see. I want Paradox Letter to get Requiem in Oh wait, no, Ice is hinted.
Sun Song is in Ice, unfortunate.
That's unfortunate.
You can want things. Spawn is inside of Child Market.
But it could be blue fire to get Rudos to get Mirror Shield out of Ice Cavern.
There you go. Yeah, just canon compliant terrible seeds.
Just any form of Paradox Letter, please.
Yeah, Inko, do you want to do Castle 2 twice, though? Because Alfalfa actually already did Castle 2.
I just realized, with that Kakariko Path to Baronade, do you think Alfalfa goes and does chickens?
I think it's a pretty decent idea.
I hope. I really hope that's exactly where he's going.
My route preference here would be go to Lon Lon Ranch, save Whip back, and then go from there to Kakariko.
Yeah. I think that's, like, pretty standard.
I think that's plenty of time to... I think that's plenty of time of day to be able to get there 4 chickens.
And
doing this check. This is the check that always bites me in the butt because I feel like, oh, I need to rush my time of day, and then I miss it, and I keep missing it until the end of time.
Boulder Destiny.
Well, especially not having any teleport songs at this point, like, routing kind of sucks.
Well, at least it's going to clean up a little bit after Lon Lon Ranch with a very nice Medusa Forest.
Yeah. What was on the poems check?
Alfalfa? This is a Valley Lake, but doing Valley Lake before Lon Lon is a bit of a bold decision.
Alfalfa is influenced by me talking about my spreadsheet before the race, because Alfalfa was part of the conversation about what I should have on my Valley Lake tracking sheet, so...
Alfalfa is pro spreadsheet. Hi, Boomerang.
Oh!
Okay, so that was...
no, he's just checking Grotto. Okay.
So
Boomerang.
that narrows down what CAC's leading to. CAC has to lead to letter then somehow.
This is the
With
best
a
of all worlds. Having a
Song
nice,
of
easily
Primer.
accessible boomerang.
Okay. Do we think that Rudo's is just on chickens?
Honestly, there's still 10 and 20. There's still the grotto in the center of Kakariko. There's still adult archery, I believe.
They've already
there's
checked the
plenty.
grotto in the center.
That's
Yeah?
Prelude, which is pretty
Oh, they had
useless
Hammer
for
then, yeah,
most save
sorry.
quits.
Oh, yeah, but it is still nice. I don't think neither of our runners are on WBC, so this is not a huge time saver for them in the way it would be if you were doing you were playing on VC. It's over to the right, Alfalfa. Alfalfa is making up for the not touching the chickens first by touching them more.
Yeah.
Touching them all the chickens.
I think a big question right now is, does Aurelius orphan Hyrule Castle Fairy and get screwed
That
way?
is one of the things that I would be... That's one of the things, the experience advantage could be on Alfalfa's side here, because if you've only done 25 race time races, which incredibly, I don't know how he managed to do that, because I certainly wanted to do more than 25 within the first month that I started playing because I got addicted.
And when I first got into races, I'm at 18, I think, and I basically just did quals and a couple of practice races before quals.
Yeah, the point being that maybe you just don't have the experience of that being the check that burns everybody.
Well, and Aurelius has already gone to check Hyrule Castle 1 hint whenever Aurelius got that skull earlier.
Yes.
So
I can see not wanting to go all the way there. I can see not wanting to go all the way to that point because of time of day concerns. But yeah, that is a nasty spot.
Yep. Alfalfa getting his boomerang.
Yeah, I think he has checked his spawn, but I may be wrong.
I think you're right.
It's a little bit of chaos here today. Will we defeat King Zora on stream? We've already defeated King Zora. We froze him in a block of ice.
Oh yeah. Alright. Time to check some Lost Woods checks.
There's a lot of stuff in Lost Woods, and
a
lot of it's open.
Yep,
including this $5. That $5 is very open.
Think we can do everything here besides our target in the woods.
Yeah, everything except for targets open.
Zora's domain is still past Twin Rova.
Still a wallet or King Zora. Hey, it's another bottle.
I'm curious.
Drink it.
I'm curious if we're gonna get a child Goron City play. I think we will, given where
you say that moment Alfalfa walks into Child Goron City.
Yeah, I was looking more so at Aurelius' side because he doesn't have the bomb bag, so I meant to say I'm curious if we'll see Aurelius go Goron City as a child right now.
Yeah,
without bomb bag.
I mean, I think you do. You do absolutely. If you're planning on doing it at all, and this is the best time to do it.
You have
you can be instead. You can do the pot. You can do big hot router. You do it.
You can do the pot if he knows the chew setup.
Yeah, the chew setup is surprisingly not that bad. It looks like it should be tight. No, it's pretty easy actually. It's you shove your face in that corner that Alfalfa's walking past right now. You do backflip. You roll out and let go, so you go a little bit off of a 90-degree angle. It's like a 90-degree plus.
Yeah.
Then you do a 90-degree right turn. Hold Z. Pull your chew and walk forward. 3 flashes. Drop it.
All right. Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's surprising. It's not bad.
Probably a lot of muscle memory once you do it a few times.
Like with any setup, like the
Yeah.
setup that we saw Alfalfa do at the top of River, that when you're first starting to do setups like that, it doesn't make any sense at all, and then you were like, oh, I see the logic to this, so you remember it.
Yep. And unfortunately, nothing on Dancing Dad today.
Yeah, nothing on Hot Rudder either. Let's see if Pot has anything.
Or was Child City just a complete scam today?
Bit of a scam today, but
Bit of a scam.
this was the right time to do it.
Yeah.
And yes, we are still missing our Goma hint. Which is, by extension, likely to be a Morpha hint.
True.
Indirectly, but
Yeah, unless we get hinted for a slingshot.
again, it's unlikely. There is shockingly little that could lock, right? Yeah, I mean, Deku is the Forest Medallion, so the slingshot can actually has a not zero chance of being a path item.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Now, I've done stupid stuff in Plandos where I put like every single 2-pack in Light Trial to make people actually look at logic on bombs. But the odds of like every single slingshot ending up in Ganon's castle is not high.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not every single one, but two out of 3.
But sure would be funny.
It would be funny. Again, unlikely things happen all the time.
And an unfortunate time of day right now for Aurelius.
Yeah, this is neither fish nor fowl, neither Oregon, neither Dompe nor chickens.
But
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah, there's no, like, there was nothing good about that time of day.
Yeah, you really want to be coming here, like, at dusk is right when you want to be coming into Kakariko in a perfect world.
Yeah, true.
sorry, Inko, we have a hint for Suns. It's in Ice Cavern.
Another check I don't think we've seen yet. We might have, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think either runner did CAC shooting yet, which is available.
I don't believe
to us.
either did CAC archery, yeah.
No.
So that could also be something.
Yeah, that's possible. I think that's something where both our runners got their bows in places that were a little inconvenient. Aurelius is going hard on skulls. Is this a little bit of PTSD from the 50 skull seed?
Maybe
Most
just
likely.
a bit.
Yeah, even getting the bugs, like, bugs when it's a seed where you only need a max of 20. That's, like, not something you see in
Yeah, that seems
crazy
inefficient.
amount. It is, but, like,
I'm a skull lover too. I'm not saying this from a I hate skulls thing, but one thing that Triforce Blitz will teach you is the skulls that actually are worth grabbing, and I'm not doing bottle skulls unless I'm doing 50.
I am a hate skulls person. I'm not a fan.
I am fine up to like 30. Anything higher than that, and it's like, ugh, you want me to do what?
Yeah, my opinion is that as long as it's not a high skull first hook shot, I'm fine. If it's a high skull first hook shot, that's just tedious and unfun.
I remember my very first seed had hook shot on 20 and hook shot on 30. First seed I ever ran when I started Zooter.
Ugh.
20 is not bad.
But for
30 is
first,
not bad either.
but for first,
Listen, if you want
seed,
to have first seed hookshot horror stories, I can beat anybody. My first hookshot was on Icy Waters.
Oh.
Rudo's letter was on 50. Stone Jabu.
Oh no.
All right, you win. You win.
Yeah, I did not finish that seed.
You win.
Yeah, that's
And then I rolled a seed with fewer
worst.
skulls.
Hold on. What is Alfalfa doing here?
He is getting this skull.
Huh. This is a skull that we never see on stream.
Nah, you see this on stream. This is a great skull. I wouldn't say it was my favorite skull. I'm still questioning why Alfalfa's doing it so early. It's probably because he's counting to his head. Actually, no, I know why he's doing it so early. Skull 35, if you're trying to route, like, macro skulls, yeah, but he's in a good shape to get 5 very quickly here, so that's, if you grab that skull right there when you're standing right there, it's your 10th skull, it's a good skull.
Yep, and
Chicken time!
Chickens!
Alright,
Yeah, Alfalfa's really thinking about that cack path to Baronade, and if Alfalfa's, especially with that boomerang, if Alfalfa can get Rudo's right now and just get it out of the way child 1, like Alfalfa wants to.
and that's,
Yeah, particularly with he hasn't done Domain and Hive.
that is an out of
Mirror
logic mirror shield.
That's interesting. Put a pin in that one for Zadora's Domain, because it could be our fire source behind Wallet.
Yep.
That's kind of a scary prospect.
Or it could still be something on King Zora.
Yeah, especially if Rudo's winds up being right here on chickens or on 10 skulls.
Oh yeah.
Alright, our 4th chicken going into the pen. In return, we receive a shield.
Hashtag
I don't think I'll
never
bought a shield, so I guess it's worth it.
Volvagia
Yep.
to River to Volvagia again on Aurelius' side. Aurelius again does back link hints, which I do love.
This is such a slow set, but you are trying to deal your time of day, so that makes sense.
Oh, setting Alfalfa setting up Skull Mask as well.
Yeah, both of our runners have done that. You can see that because Aurelius doesn't have it on his C buttons, or on his buttons below the C buttons.
Yeah.
Pad? Oh, but you don't need
Skull
to.
Mask is dead. Aurelius just got Skull Mask is dead. It's a deck your stick upgrade.
Nice.
Watch the sky rotate.
Making
There we
busy.
go. There's time of day. Yeah, so getting that extra skull there for Alfalfa was a play to make sure he's landing here with 10 skulls.
Yep.
Back to Goma.
That's our... Oh, there's our last hint. So...
There's an awkward set of things there with a... There's an awkward set of things when we have a Song of Time and Hammer, and we have Path to both Baronade and Twin Robe. Baronade and Goma, pardon me.
This makes skulls a little bit stronger.
Yeah. I think this is a very strong time to have skulls.
Yep.
But yeah, so you can see here that Alfalfa is getting 5 skulls right now.
Well, and with that knowledge, the item for Baronade and the item for Goma cannot be the same item, right?
Yeah, so there are 2 key items here.
Which makes it stronger that either Hammer or Song of Time is required for something.
Yes, that's absolutely possible. It can also be as simple as, no, those are just happen to be there.
Yep.
And we still have skulls and shooting to deal with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like you want to full clear your CAC as quickly as possible.
Yeah, getting a good skull rush is a great way to do it.
The unfortunate thing is, Alfalfa won't have that hint for a while, I feel.
But Alfalfa's doing better at clearing.
Yeah,
although I'm not going to be too upset about seeing a Kiri sword as my possible path to Baronade, particularly when Deku is required. Even if it's, in fact, path to Goma.
Yep, true enough. Alright, first skull check.
No, not it.
Nope. So 20.
Those are the nuts you use. Those are the nuts you use to kill Baronade.
Oh, of course, of course.
Oh,
there we go.
Yeah, I'm really wondering, especially with 2 bows so readily accessible, I'm really wondering about Shooting Gallery.
Yeah, that's something where you will want to be there. When Alfalfa first got that was quite out of logic, and I don't think he had the cap pass yet, so it wasn't high priority.
Yeah.
But going back to your next adult phase, it's like you want to go check that.
Absolutely.
Also, another thing I think we can see early on in our adult 2, we might see fire pretty quickly here.
From Alfalfa, certainly.
Oh, yeah.
Aurelius
Yeah,
is a spot where he
is
can't
more
get
than
there.
enough.
Aurelius
Yeah.
can't get into fire.
Yeah, I'm looking at Alfalfa side. We're likely to see fire pretty quick here, and possibly a stone forest if we start running low on other check dense locations.
Yeah, I mean, we can full clear stone forest at this point.
Yep.
Fire, you get the domain path that with a wallet in it that could be talking about fire.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, unfortunately, Alfalfa is at 5 hearts. I kind of like
He's
to
doing
have
fine.
It's doing fine. I'm just thinking in terms of fire. It's nice to have at least 6 to be kind
We have
of
bottles.
have a cushion.
5 plus bottles is plenty.
Oh, wait.
Speaking of
yeah, true.
Speaking of fire, I'm thinking about that river to Volvagia, and all we found there is a strength. We still have Frogs 1 to check if we ever find storms. But what could strength lock in Fire Temple?
There is everywhere past the climb of the climb.
A lot.
Everywhere past the caldera is strength locked.
Right. Okay. Cool.
And
so if you're looking for something that is locked by strength, your 2 real thoughts when you see a single strength locking things are Forest Temple and Fire Temple.
Yeah.
Those are the strength 1 locked locations in this game, with some water, like some accessory in water, but it's probably keys. It's probably keys for water. But yes, fire, water, a teeny bit in shadow can be strength 1 locked, but all of the adult dungeons have, except for Spirit, have some strength 1 lock involved.
And also, given that if hovers are locked behind strength in any way, then fire is automatically hard strength locked because you need to climb to the top and knock it down in logic.
Yes, you're not supposed to do the quick little jump you'll see from just about everybody.
So easy to do. I love it.
This is one thing where I do hope that Aurelius goes to do Richard here, because he's being very, very thorough, and it's because he's missing those 2 key items that Alfalfa got. The bomb bag on Richard and the hook shot in Hyrule Castle Ferry. So he's burning a lot, doing a lot of sitting around waiting for time of day to be thorough when it's really just, it's all over in night market.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, without Sunsong, it's like getting night market kinda sucks. Alfalfa Galaxy Brain getting it.
Well,
Galaxy Brain lined up his time of day very well.
Spawn is in market, isn't it?
It is. So Richard makes sense now. We'll see if he takes that out to Hyrule Castle Ferry, which is the one sketchy thing in this game.
Yeah, I think...
Yeah, I think Alfalfa decides he has enough gas and he can skip out on doing Twin Road. He's out doing Zora's Domain for now. And I think he's right.
Yeah.
Even in a vacuum, we know Zora's Original Volvagia, or we assume Zora's Original Volvagia, is a strength upgrade, which means that the odds of and you have everything you need except for hover boots for doing Volvagia. I think that it makes tremendous amounts of sense to just go and start digging. And Aurelius is forgetting Hyrule Castle Ferry. This is why this check is bad. This is a bad location.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. But is it a better or worse one-off location than Wasteland?
Better.
Oh, I think it's worse.
You think it's worse?
You never want to be walking out there as a child. It's like, it's so slow. You always have better things to be doing. Wasteland, you're going to and from. Like, that's a transit spot you do late game. That's way less orphanable.
Yeah, it's like if you choose
Yeah.
to skip it, it's like you're literally walking by it.
Yep. Also, one thing we haven't seen yet, unless also correct me if I'm mistaken, I have been told I'm unobservant, but I don't think we've seen a valley yet. There's
We've
We have not.
there's 2 checks there.
Yeah, actually,
Well-
that surprises. On that point, that is surprising that Aurelius did not go downfield. If he feels so crunched for progression, I think we may be seeing. He may be headed towards the Dongo's Cavern and towards adult shooting.
Likely, that's what I think.
Oh yeah, that's an adult shooting. That's adult shooting. That's wanting money.
Yep.
Did Aurelius plant a bean in Lake?
No, I don't
That's
think he
unusual.
did.
Because he had plenty of beans, and he doesn't have hookshot, and he'd walk right past there doing his skull rush.
True. So yeah, looking at what we're missing for hints, we're missing our burning cack for our always, we're missing 2 sometimes, and we have all our path hints, so.
Yeah, so we're pretty good on information.
Yeah, we have plenty of information for now. You don't need to be too aggressive with that, and yeah. Okay, yeah, Aurelius was definitely near the soil patch, but I just don't remember if he planted a bean.
I think so.
We'll be able to see very shortly, because if he did plant a bean, he will be using it right about now.
Yep.
And meanwhile, Alfalfa's going to get these top of lab item to see what it is.
I like this setting up here for early fire. Plus, these are very orphanable as well. Like, Adult Lake is very just in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I also like clearing out Lake. Just getting Lake as cleaned as you can, given time of day. What is that? Bombs, okay. I might have grabbed that, actually, at 13.
Alright.
It's still early enough game that you want to that you run out of bombs easy.
Yep, and did plant the seed.
And he's checking this, which I like. If you don't do Valley Lake... Oh, this is so cool. Okay, watch this. I think I know what he's doing. So first off, check this, because if you don't do Valley Lake, you want to defend against people who do Valley Lake, who will get that hint. He's also using this as the opportunity to grab a fairy before heading into fire.
Ooh, that's some good routing.
I just realized what he was doing halfway through, and that's great. I love it.
Yep. Again, just like little routing things like that is just, you learn that over time after playing countless seeds. You just pick up on things like that.
The Fences Valley Lake's just not doing it. I mean, you see, neither of our runners did Valley Lake. And again, I agree. But Alfalfa probably doesn't know Aurelius super well, right? Considering Aurelius is relatively new. If you don't know if they are a Valley Lake enjoyer or not, if they are on my side of the table or on Sadie's side of the table, you want to take a moment and grab that hint. Because that hint is something that your opponent will have if they've done Valley Lake. If you choose to leave Valley Lake behind, go get that hint.
Yeah, fair enough.
And frankly, it's not even Valley Lake, it's Valley. Ooh,
Yeah, and so far that's
forest?
Ooh,
You
I
have
don't...
wildfire.
I would have gone progression first, but I mean, you do you.
Checking that hookshot's in a dumb location, and you're able to get a good amount of early skulls here. You can grab, without committing too hard to forest, you can get at least 3 or 4 skulls.
Actually, I do agree with this play now that you mention it in terms of skulls.
So there's going to be 3 to 4 skulls that are worth getting here, which would put you at 16. Then there is a skull in SFM. Oh, he just wanted that skull. Okay. You know what? Sure, fine. I'm there.
Sure.
You do you, Alfalfa. You do you.
I might have gone a little further if I was committing.
Yep.
I think Alfalfa maybe mentally has what their 20 skulls is going to be. So he
Oh yeah.
is just like, I don't want to go deeper if I don't have to.
Yeah, what's up with
Yeah.
skulls is that we have a double cack path for both Barony, Goma, and we got a Song of Time and a hammer. Which
Yeah.
is just like, it's not 5 alarm, you must do skulls. But it is just sketchy. It's just a little sketchy.
A little bit.
Oh, are we getting this skull? Okay, now this is something where, this is a cool skull to get. 3
wait,
backflips, and you should be able to just aim here.
You can
That's
get
so
that
cool.
with the hook shot? I thought you need a long shot.
You can do that with the hook shot.
I feel cheated. I feel cheated. I feel so cheated from the skull sandy seed I did a couple weeks back. I hate everything.
This is just a quote one of my students. Is that legal? Ooh, hover.
Hovers!
Hovers. Okay.
Where was
That's
that?
in Southfield, yeah? That's in the
remote grotto.
Southern?
Remote, yeah.
Southfield Supremacy. Now here's the thing, like that allows Aurelius access to Fire Temple. So that's gonna take him further away from his
True.
hook shot.
The only thing is if Pierre has something.
Yeah, but he wants to be heading towards progression. I mean, that's the natural route.
Oh yeah.
A hookshot is purple hookshots in Hyrule Castle Fairy. So just normal things like that.
And that is a vanilla bolero.
Yeah, that's nice to have.
Yeah,
Very.
it's kind of nerve-wracking not knowing where Nocturne, Requiem, or Storms are. We still don't know what Burning Cack is, and Burning Cack could very well be Nocturne or Requiem.
Yeah, it's a very easily
sure.
orphanable location, so we are concerned about that one, let's be real. Yeah, so we know... Yeah, so all of our remaining songs that we don't have hinted, so Deku locks 2 of our very important songs.
Oh, it does.
So we really would love to see that Kikiri sword. I mean, normally we love to see that Kikiri sword, but even more so than usual.
True.
Oh god, Alfalfa, I feel you. The struggle of not being able to quick spin.
I was just
this
about
room.
I was just about to say on being a
Oh, that's
Oh! On
well,
adult shooting.
okay. So go to GTG.
Yep.
I think Alfalfa's going to be in GTG before too long.
And
Yep.
that officially means Epona is not required to cross the Gerudo Valley Bridge.
Yep.
Yes. So
And-
Epona is not required. There's one opponent lock check, one OOT check. I don't think we're going to see most of our Shadowcat.
But back to what I was saying, I was curious about that if keyboard players were able to quick spin.
Yeah. I don't play on keyboard, but I have repetitive stress injuries, which make quick spin kind of painful on my hands. So I tend to do otherwise. And yeah, it's painful doing that room without quick spin.
I can imagine.
Yeah, Inkiran is absolutely correct here. That is a very bad location for Aurelius. Like, having the hookshot probably making him very happy right now. But logically, that looks like, oh, it's locked behind a hookshot to him right now. Whereas Alfalfa will get that and say, oh, it's locked behind a long shot.
Yeah.
So that means that puts our DLC in Deku Tree.
Ooh.
That or Zora Tunic.
True.
Or Second Wallet, but yeah.
All right, everyone. New gamble is up, especially because we have Aurelius in DC. I'm not going to do the King Dodongo bet because I bet Aurelius does King Dodongo. Instead, will Stone Shadow find a way?
Yeah, right now I'm feeling like the answer is no, but we'll see.
We did find those hovers, so we're dins away.
That
true.
is true. And Nocturne.
Ins and Nocturne.
But, like, we don't gotta talk about that.
but we can talk about Nocturne all we want. Yeah, this. Yeah, I think we're gonna be ending up in. We're gonna end up in GTG sooner rather than later.
Yeah, the
GTG always finds a way.
Well, we have a long shot path. We have a Song of Time path, or potential long shot, potential Song of Time path. If that doesn't say go to GTG, I don't know what does.
Very true.
so far there are some strong Stone Shadow believers.
I've noticed.
Ooh,
Also, happy 1 hour, everyone.
happy 1 hour, y'all.
Happy
Oh,
1
I love
hour.
Big Wishless. Alfalfa's going hard on these weird skulls that I don't think are bad, but they're just not the normal choice for 20.
Yeah, they're not common. For sure.
They're unusual. I don't think it's a bad school route. I think it's just an unusual one, which I'm very happy to see. It's very efficient. But yeah, let's have our happy 1 hour now that I've just done flipping out over how good that school routing is. I love school routing. Yeah, so thank you to Alfalfa and Aurelius, our wonderful runners who are letting us restream them. Thank you to our race monitor Gudrun for monitoring, our restreamer Dastar for restreaming, our trackers for clicking all the buttons and making sure you can see what our runners have. Lady Draco and This Isn't Baseball. Baseball is awesome. And I've had a lot, and yeah, me, jaxstronomy, Kyrie Strongbomb, and SadieSweet are your commentators.
Woo
Yep.
woo. And
If you like
speaking of
what any people are
commentating,
doing, if any people are doing, give them a follow. They're cool.
everyone's great. We love everyone here. Also,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
our third bow.
No, that's the
Wait.
second bow.
A second.
Oh, we are.
That was
talking
Alfalfa's
right.
first.
We've seen that. Further into fire we go.
Yeah, unsurprisingly, we have to go past the strength block because we have a strength path to Lovagia. So here's my question, Kyrie, since you also, as a newer runner, what is your instinct when it comes to if you get your boss key in the maze and do you go on? Do you carry on? Do you climb fire further?
Okay. If you have the keys to go further and open up the shortcut, you open up the shortcut. And if you have furores, you set furores just to be safe. But also, that's just what I've seen, as I have commentated a lot of races so far this season as well, and that's what I commonly see. So it's kind of that I've just grown instinctive to that from seeing it. So
yeah, in this case, I might actually look at a full fire clear.
that is possible, and honestly, I think with the CAC being path and finding hammer there, I think that is a very strong play, and that is definitely something to keep on the mind.
Yeah, I'm also particularly looking at that Zora's River strength upgrade to Lavagia because you're standing inside of a very deep one of the few strength 1 lock locations in the game. And if you invest a little extra time, you can clear it out.
Yeah. And
so there's been very little here in fire. There's 6 items in fire.
I'm curious.
Me about how I can never keep that track.
Curious to see if we're gonna get bow locked here, which is not a big deal because we have bow.
You're not bow locked. Well, I mean, yeah, if you have bow, there are many bows.
I meant just logically requiring bow to be fire. I'm curious. I'm always curious to see that. It's not a big deal here, as we do have 2 bows readily available. But we're about to see what we were just talking about. What does Alfalfa do?
Carrying on, but we'll see. We're definitely in this case you go and open the shortcut because
we might not be able to though if the bow chest.
You have a bow. Oh yes, yeah, true.
But there might be a key on Valagia.
That's true. If you key left here, you come back since you have Bolero. That's fair. I think it'd be a fair assumption. There's other things you can be checking that's more immediately helpful. Like you do want to go grab your 20th skull and get into Kakariko.
Very true. And also, in Alfalfa's case, get that long shot. Ooh,
Oh,
we
big
are
chest.
locked, but
that's
But
big.
we do have our silver.
That's big.
yeah, that was what I was thinking about. That I was thinking there would be a strength upgrade in fire. I
And
would
that-
happily bail and not come back now.
And that
Is
makes GTG a lot stronger when you get your long shot.
Yeah, GT is very strong already, and it's even stronger now. You have your, and you can cross and do spirit. You may
Yep.
have to resort to some bow crap, but these things happen. We do like some riveting content here, don't we?
Oh yeah, but yeah,
this is the
basic-
jump that Alfalfa is skipping those hover boots that Aurelius has here.
such an easy jump. I love it.
question: is that strength 2 tunic technically tunic locked?
It is
Yep.
technically tunic locked,
Yep.
so yeah, that could be our path to Twin Roba resolved. Because we
Ooh,
had the
true.
in Zora's domain, we know there is a wallet, and that locks that check logically. So yeah, we could be looking at that is our. Alfalfa doesn't know that because he never did domain, but
But
he
It
might
says
have
that-
an idea.
yeah, I mean, Alfalfa does know that domain is path to Twin Rova and already has Mirror Shield, so Alfalfa would know that that's for strength 2 in
Oh,
some way.
Alfalfa is getting very trollhold here today, and
That is
somehow it's
not a
making it
command.
work.
I thought it was. What is the command to get the bracket up again? I thought it was just bracket.
It's a challenge.
Is challenge. Okay.
Oh,
cool.
one hit short. Yeah, Alfalfa just apparently he has not been nice to this dragon recently because it decided that it did not like him today.
I beat Fire Temple for the first time in a practice scene, and I think it was like a 5 or 6 cycle Volvagia. Like, this fight is not fun when you don't have bombs.
Yeah,
the thing is,
that can easily go 4 cycles.
It doesn't matter for me because I can't get the bomb strat for the life of me. I have spent hours in GZ and cannot get
Okay,
it.
so here's your visual cue you're looking for. You're trying to put it in the corner of that hole closest to you because that's where the Volvagia's hitbox enters the hole. So you really are trying to just, like nestle it into the corner of that. You're not trying to put it in the center. You're trying to put it in the corner.
Oh, that's good to know. I always just plop it right in the middle.
Nope, you want to just put it in that peak of that, because you see the holes, if you can see them on Alfalfa's screen right now, are kind of more like octagons.
Yeah.
You want to like put in the little like tip of the octagon that's closest to you when you enter.
Oh gosh, I feel dumb.
Listen, there's all these like little details. Like, you know how long it took me to be able to get like consistent broken stick because I didn't realize that you have a different jump slash distance when you are holding the stick forward and when you are leaving it neutral.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, I figured that out around when I was trying to learn KZ skip, and then I learned how to KZ skip before I learned how to get a consistent broken stick. Because like if you're doing
Fair
it long
enough.
enough, you just don't notice that that's a thing.
I actually just learned KZ skip the other day, or like a
Fun
couple
trick.
weeks ago. It's pretty decent.
It's not more difficult than it's probably easier than doing B1 skip, honestly. B1 skip, like,
I still find B1 skip easier, but that's just because like I've done it so many times now.
yeah, you do it enough, but
Sometimes if I'm in Deku and I don't have bombs equipped already, I won't even bother. I'll just
Oh,
do
yeah,
B1 skip instead.
Confessions of a Zuda runner, I am pretty bad at doing ground jumps as a child, to the point where I find it more consistent to do that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Took me a while to learn ground jumps as well. I learned B1 skip very much before I learned ground jumps.
Well, yeah, here's the thing about starting in the Open Deku season, like when Open Deku was still very commonly used. it felt like a requirement to be able to play the game to be able to do it.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I definitely sat down and learned. Actually, Koi, who is primarily a Link to the Past runner, made a very nice video about it that I felt much more confident trying it because this guy who I very much respected for his skill at Link to the Past said that he found it hard. So that was something where that was a nice little confidence booster.
Yeah. And time to see if Aurelius goes and gets that strength 2, or immediately goes to the boss.
Yeah.
I think
logically, I was expecting the strength 2 to be there. So
yeah.
Alfalfa's gonna be clearing out Danaga's cavern here.
I mean, I think he hit the switch, so
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, but this time of day is fine. And oh wow, sorry, I just looked at my window. There's an entire squirrel in my bird feeder. It has a baffle.
What
kind
of bird is that?
Yeah, it's a scale. It's scale. Pardon me, it's a squirrel.
We are seeing a chew setup.
Bird.
Wow.
I love the
That's
chew
cool.
setup.
That's a different one. I like it. Yeah, normally I do mine from the right side. I really see like right side, left side being the two arguments here, and yeah, that one looked great.
Yep.
Just like getting it, and even able to get a little further on, getting closer to the skull open, not have to wait out any cycles. And here's our last goal. Yeah, Alfalfa's a very experienced, and also he's very good at learning and communicating setups. If you're a new runner, you have a really great resource in Alfalfa Field's teaching stream bots. I've learned a lot of really important tech from that.
And speaking of important tech, there's Alfalfa's 20th skull routed in this back of Dodongo's skull.
Very nicely done.
Back? What would we call that skull?
I call it back of Dodongo's, but so Dodongo's has the 2 skulls at the front, the more reasonable skull to get, and the riveting content skull, which you can get by pushing an Armos. And Armos pushing, the statues take forever to push because they're not sped up. These blocks are sped up.
It is brutal.
You can also use Pierre and a hook shot, which is much better.
Yeah.
There's the one on the... And there's 2 in the stair room. One that you need a long shot for. One which you can get with a pot. You can throw a pot at it.
Well, you don't necessarily need the long shot. You can get it. You just need to make your way back into DC later on and...
We'll go up and around as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, that skull is not really a great option. Again,
unless you're playing Skull Sanity, I think you rarely get that skull.
But sometimes you walk into Doggo's Cavern with long shot and you get that, and you completely clear out the skulls on your first pass, and it's 5 easy fast skulls. It feels amazing.
Yep. But yeah, back to the Armos one though. I remember my first time doing it. I didn't realize that Armos push wasn't sped up, and I was like, what the heck? Why is this so slow? I was like, this is so brutal.
Yeah, there's a reason I call it the riveting content skull, because whenever you're just like sitting there watching, I'm just like sitting there like watching myself push this Armos, I guess like slowly across Dodongo's Cavern or slowly up the stairs in Spirit. I'm like, yeah, this is the content everyone craves, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. And it was terrible because I was routing in skulls to get 50 because I had hammer on 50, and I was like, okay, let's do this. And then I didn't set Pierre that seed, so.
Oh dear.
This is
Alfalfa is gonna get that long shot and hand in his 20 skulls. I think we might be seeing considering I don't see any like nicer looking ideas for him right now. I think we might be seeing him head to GTG.
Very likely.
Yeah, I think that's a good move at this point, especially because we need either a scale or iron boots in order to get into water, correct?
2 scales or iron boots to get into
Yeah.
water.
2 scales or iron boots.
Mind you can't really do anything logically with just 2
Kyrie,
scales.
this is who you're talking to.
But what's logic?
DLC.
Exactly.
Yeah, iron boots are only hard required for. Oh, it's Greg.
Hey,
It doesn't need to play
Greg!
filter.
So that confirms that basically it's either Song of Time, Long Shot, or Hammer to Goma and or Baronade.
That's gross. And I
Huh.
That's
think
GTG. That's GTG.
GTG, and after GTG, I think you full clear fire, unfortunately.
After
I
GTG,
think-
you
Yeah.
have gas. After GTG, you have gas. I guarantee it. Because that's giving you a way to cross the wasteland, strength
Yeah.
2, and right side GTG.
And hey, if you find dens in GTG, you can also check Wasteland.
You can, or fire arrows. You don't need a particular fire source.
We just need 2. We just need a source of fire. Wasteland intensifies.
Oh gosh.
Honestly, Death Star, I am 100% in agreement with Death Star. We shall be terrified with that said that. But the Pine Song time for GTG key logic, that's what I've been thinking.
Now, is Aurelius going to go deeper in forest?
He doesn't have much to do other than go deeper in forest without that second hook shot.
True.
And did he get his strength upgrade? In fire?
Yes, I think he did. Yeah, those are
Well,
silvers.
You can see his silvers on the so to tracker if you wouldn't mind updating that so I don't start saying things like he can't do spirit. I mean he can't do spirit, but not for that reason.
But with those hovers, would that give Aurelius logical crossing?
Hovers do not give you logical crossing because you need the lens of truth as well.
Right.
That's not
Okay,
going to
that-
stop you, mind you.
But that would at least put Wasteland into logic.
It would.
I'm gonna
Also,
push
this does
my
put
agenda.
fire clear into logic. So Alfalfa's probably like, yep, that makes sense to that one because that puts fire clear into logic.
Ooh, wait. Whenever you go Valley, you want to know what you can check? You can go check Hammer Rocks, which would give us a Hammer Lock check.
Hammer long shot lock check. Potentially, until we see yes, I'm just gonna double down on that. Yes, it's hammer locked. It's a long shot locked. We have some like question marks about that because if we see, where's Din's Fire? Oh, where's Nocturne? I'm just gonna double down on it. The Kikiri sword is across the bridge.
Yeah,
I'm just
and
gonna-
I think
I'm
that's
just
a
gonna
good bet
state
at
that.
this point.
I'm gonna state that, and I'll be proven right, and I'll look really smart, or it'll be wrong, and I'll just be like, oh yeah, well, there's always a possibility. Honestly,
for
when I'm
anyone-
running, it's like I think I'm 80% sure this is true, but when I'm commentating, I can say, oh yeah, this is true.
Yeah,
All
for
right.
anyone tuning in, Aurelius doesn't have long shot because Aurelius hasn't checked Castle Fairy. So that's what Aurelius is missing.
Yep. And it's looking like you were right, Jax, and this is gonna be a GTG play. And also being able to check Valley finally.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Sadie, I prefer doing Valley like this.
I personally do not know the Chew setup,
Oh.
so
Really? Alfalfa is damaging down to do a Death Warp back up. I guess that makes sense, but yeah, I guess you don't really need the Chews.
No, no, you have
Yeah,
a bomb bag.
bag.
Yeah, there's just a couple of things that's nice to have choose over bombs. And that's a heart, I think.
There's our other song time to Epona's. We haven't seen what's in the waterfall, but Alfalfa seems not interested in it.
Yeah, I think it looked like a heart recovery heart. Kind of like triangular color, not shiny. Okay, heart container waterfall, great. Yeah. You basically don't always see what the actual shape of the freestanding item is, but you start classifying like, oh, shiny versus not shiny. Yeah, Valley Lake, not really a strong play today. But neither runners opted to do it.
Yep. I mean, if
Oh,
Aurelius
my favorite peak here from Alfalfa.
But
The horny jail peak.
here's the thing, though. If Aurelius starts to run out of checks to do looking for that long shot, then they might end up doing Valley Lake out of desperation.
Potentially. He's already done most of Lake, so it wouldn't be Valley Lake now, would it?
Yeah.
But yes, you can see him going to Valley, but if he's thinking... I think that something Incoherent said in chat earlier that Aurelius is probably thinking that that hook shot is his path as a hook shot, not as a long shot. So he's currently chasing down Forest, where, you know, we have the support. Forest is the hookshot lock place, right? It's like, it's signature.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't hate this play from Aurelius. Obviously, we know that it's not necessarily the play to make.
No, given his knowledge, this is a very sensible play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, this just... There are reasons that I'm a little obsessive over the Hyrule Castle Fairy check and the Boulder Destiny check, because I see this happen a lot to myself and to others. Where you just do not do that check at your earliest convenience and you get burned.
Well, that's what happens. You only get burnt by a check once, and it appears that Aurelius has not been burnt by that check yet.
True. Kakiri's sword could actually be here in Forest. I disagree, Incoherent.
Yeah, not with two readily available.
Alright, okay, right, the slingshots. Oh, wait, no, with the two readily available hook shots, like, it would just have to be a completely non-logical Kakiri sword, is what we're saying.
Yeah, I mean, it would just be unhinted.
It would just be random. It would just be completely unhinted, yes, that is, Incoherent is right that if all slingshots are behind longshot, which, considering there is a very large area here with GTG, it's not impossible, but it's more likely that Kakiri sword is in a longshot lock location, or deeper in fire, or behind strength 2. I mean, I also just named off a lot more locations than the checks there in Forest, so that's kind of a tautology.
Yep. Also, looking at Alfalfa's side, they peeked the maze already, and it didn't look like it had much, if not anything.
He didn't grab the second... He's not grabbing keys, so at least from his perspective, there aren't chests deeper.
Yeah. So.
And it's fairly easy in chest size matches contents to tell if you're looking for something.
Yeah, exactly.
Maze
only keys? That's interesting. That means there's a lot of items out here in the rest of GTG.
Yeah,
Useful
how many
items?
items are there in GTG altogether?
More than 5? No, I actually am bad at remembering this. It's a good amount.
There's a lot.
At least 2.
At least 2.
Yeah, it's like order 10. It's around 10. Like,
oh, that's insane.
It says 12 or 13. Yeah, it's around 10.
So, how many keys have we seen so far?
2?
At least 3.
At least 3. Hopefully for the runner's
4.
sake, we can determine if
Jaxstar's
toilet-
favorite check is live.
It is.
It's live as of right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
We just know that you want your favorite check to be live as opposed to a key.
Yep.
All right, there's a small chest for the first chest in the like room.
Yep. And also, although
In the large
it may-
chest. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Incoherent. I'm editing you for speaking this into existence.
Oh, Jesus Christ. If that's all that's here in GTG, I will lose it.
I mean, that unlocks one check.
Oops, all slingshots.
Oh no.
It's happening. That is
There's 5.
keys. Oh, another big chest.
chest.
Ooh.
Behind
And that
hammer
one-
as well.
Yeah, I was about to ask if that was a hammerlock check.
That is the hammerlock checked in GTG.
Give us stone. Stone of Agni. Stone of Agni. Come on.
Another slingshot.
Oh, that would be even better.
I bet it's gonna be Dens.
I don't want
Dins
it to
doesn't
be
do anything
Ben.
for us right now. I mean, it's
Sadie-
okay. No, it does. It does one thing for us right now.
Sadie, the only reason you want to be a fire source is for Haunted Wasteland.
Damn it!
Opposite of fire source, in fact.
The exact opposite of a fire source.
That's a Fury sword, isn't it?
Wait.
What? No.
I love this. It's that your entire Deku kit is just in GTG.
Well, everyone, we're going into Deku Tree.
Okay. Okay, in this case, what do? Do you cross Wasteland
cross.
first, grab the song, and then
Yes.
leave? Yeah? Okay.
Especially
Cross-
without furores, to get back here, you go cross first.
Alright, fair enough.
Yep, past Song of Time. There we go. Yeah, you cross here because that song is guaranteed to be a useful song.
See, that's where my gameplay sucks, is because I make questionable decisions and like to rush progression without doing the smart logically what a logically thinking person would
6.
do.
6 keys, okay. We didn't see the inside. I didn't see a clear view of the inside of the maze. I think that
There's
Huh?
9 keys altogether, right?
yes.
I'm learning.
We don't
Learning
know
by
wreck location, but we do know that out here is gonna be wreck, nocturne, or storms. All of
And-
which I would not say no to. You also have a shot at getting the spirit medallion here, or the
I think
medallion from
there's a-
spirit.
I think there's a strong chance that it is vanilla wreck.
I
That
see it
could
being all
that
wreck.
could be nice.
It'd be very nice. That'd be the ideal, honestly.
Yeah.
Then you could finish Child Spirit, finish Deku Tree.
What locations
Hopefully-
for songs do we still have? We have Prelude Check, we have Burning Cack, and then we have Out Here Requiem.
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, I would really be happy with Vanilla Wreck. Also, I'm a little bit like, it's unfortunate that Alfalfa had the exact kit he needed to cross here because he's the only person who taught me Naked Wasteland, so he has a beautiful setup for that.
It does
don't-
kind of check because Alfalfa can't check Wasteland, but
Yeah,
I'll live.
but there's a potential. You have a potential to get another dungeon out here, plus a song that's probably useful.
Yeah. See, I don't understand how people can just like eyeball it here. I have to do setup with backwalking, shield turning, and side hopping.
Again, if go look at Alfalfa's overworld tutorial because he actually explains how you do it. He uses small words. It's good.
I love small words.
Yeah. Yeah, the seams are very obvious once you learn them. You're looking for stripes on the ground, on the texture. It's not rocket surgery.
Rocket surgery.
I mean, that's literally my job, though, isn't it? I do telescope repair.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's actually cool.
Yeah,
So
that's the thing with the setups crossing. Yeah, okay, I'll finish talking about this and then we can figure out, like, that's the problem with the setup crossing is that, you just have to go, and if you don't know how to recover it, it can be a problem. And also the sand gets... You sink in the sand, and sometimes it's hard to do a clean side hop for a setup, so... Visuals, really helpful. So what are you saying, Sadie, about logic, probably?
I was gonna ask, what do we need to beat the seed at this point? We need a way into water, and we need Fruita's letter, right?
Yes. Wait, are those boots? I saw something dark and kind of square. So those could be those DLC boots I was talking about. Yep, those are
Yep,
boots.
those are DLCs.
Okay.
That's our DLC boots.
And we don't know if they're DLC yet. We haven't seen a single
They're
scale.
always DLC. It depends on whether you're paying for it or not.
Well then, okay, wait a second. Does that mean that our Deku Tree to Morpha has to be for a tunic?
Yes, it does.
Then there's something on Central Pillar.
It could be a small key.
Ugh, I hate that.
Yeah, Requiem has to be Prelude because there's no other way to get that song. So I think I would not be too keen on doing well out of here. No, Purple, they're always DLC, but are you paying for the DLC or not? I do pay for my DLC when I race. If I have to use the Iron Boots, I donate money. It's not. No, the beans are just supporting local businessmen.
Oh wait.
It's a small business. Local. It's a small local business.
Song of Storms was on Requiem.
Yep.
Yes.
As I said before, I am very unobservant, I guess.
Yeah, Song of Storms is on Rack, and again, if I'm going to be going child, I'm not going to be too excited about. Ooh, am I excited about WoW? I might, maybe.
So here's my thought process on this. I would be happy because it's just another like quick place with a decent amount of checks for the time it takes to clear out, and you don't have to do it right away. You go and do Deku, you go and do Child Spirit, and then you go and see, you don't even really have to do Child Spirit. You just have 2 checks in Child Spirit you have to do as well. I guess unless it's Sunblock Room, but like there's not much.
Here's what's going on with this, and I think Incoherent brings up my thought process here with WELL is live for letter.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I'm sorry we
Could
stopped
also be live
your
for
Stone's
light.
earlier, so we're very sorry about that. I'm glad you got the Furor's Wind out of it for that. Yeah, but if you're talking about what you want to do is like from your instinct of rush progression, Deku would definitely take you to
Big
the
chest.
next progression chain. Ooh, hello.
Yep.
Cubic
Cubic
chest.
Chest.
A wallet.
A wallet.
Yeah,
Soda
that's
bag.
definitely logging.
Oh,
Lighter.
nice. Ooh.
Well, we are in great shape here now, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
We are a letter away.
It is surprisingly difficult to rotate that thing.
Yeah, you slip. It can't be
the
Burning
time.
Pack Requiem. We need the iron boots are on the arch. We need Requiem to get them. Wait, what? Burning Pack Requiem? It was actually a hint we saw? Okay, so it's not... What is it then if it's not irons?
What?
Could it be prescription? That would be something else that would be brown
That's
and
brown
tall.
and square. Yeah, it could be prescription. I can see that.
Burning.
Yeah. What else is brown? And it looks bifurcated.
How can that be possible? Because doesn't.
Okay, but the answer is that I mispeaked, and that's just surprising to me. I always have trouble peeking freestandings on Restream because
thing is,
these are the Restream thing is at like the size of my entire gameplay window.
Yeah, But the thing is, I
Spirit's
saw
loaded.
boots as well.
It's a joint delusion of boots. I told you they're DLC. They're not actually required.
Oh, not this again. One restream I commentated on a few weeks ago, both runners did GTG, and the go mode item was on. It was on toilet, and not only did both runners miscount GTG keys and think toilet was dead, but everyone on the restream team did, and basically
No one knew what was going on.
no one knew what was going on. Everyone miscounted.
So here's a
keys.
good thing. Here's the good thing, though. We're going to be calm your double defense, everybody.
Yep.
We had the good thing about this is that Alfalfa is watched carefully on the left side of your screen. Alfalfa will be doing an iron nickel fight, and after that, he will be going out to grab a check. And you might be able to get a better look at the arch when he does that. Now, again, he's doing this for himself, not for us, so there's no guarantee. Have we seen the big key yet? I don't know if we have. Oh, Aurelius is getting his long shot. Good. I'm glad he didn't orphan this until the end of time.
Oh.
That's rude.
That is annoying.
Yeah, same, Alfalfa, same. I would ever... Oh, wait, he's walking back. He's walking back.
Aurelius got his long shot.
Very good. We're glad to see that, although he's a full forest behind, which sucks. Doing stone forest when you don't have to. Not good eats.
An entire forest, an entire GTG, and half a spirit at this point.
Yeah, that's not a good feeling. Oh.
Another big chest. That's letter!
Alright, so we are a water access away, and we're confused about the fact we thought there were boots here. If these were boots here, we'd be in a very, very early go mode. They do not appear to be boots. Maybe they're just boots in a Deku tree at this point. I don't know.
That is possible.
I wouldn't be unhappy about that.
Yeah, neither would I.
Oh, there's the boss key. Marvelous. So we are finishing Spirit before we leave.
Yep, we have long shot.
God, all these setups, little tiny setups that Alfalfa's using here.
Wait.
Oh
no.
I spoke too soon. Same though, same. I've done that before. Like, there's all these little tiny setups he's been using that are for things that I particularly like. I just eyeball or just like, because I'm assuming it's a keyboard thing to try to make sure you're in a good line.
Yeah.
Which, man, I'm looking forward to trying this now. But yeah, just walk off the edge, NBD. But this does mean he's finishing Spirit here. He doesn't know that he has a significant lead here.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, I would not be bothering death warping there. At that point, you turn around and walk. It's faster. You just take your lumps, go do it. You're fine. We're good. Just like this top of spear is just really defying Alfalfa today. Between that, our most deciding is like to go off and have an adventure.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you're just gonna, Alfalfa's shoes, you just go back child, you do Deku, you do Jabu, you hope you have irons by the end of it.
Yep, and if you don't, then you do well.
Yeah, this is, the fact that he's doing the setup to make sure he can grab that comfortably is both weird and scary to me, because I'm just like, why would you risk falling off the edge? Because, well, it's because you can't reliably aim in the same way. But also, it's just terrifying.
I could not see that item. as much
Yeah.
as I wanted to.
We'll have to ask our runners when they're done. Okay, Deku Shield makes sense. That's the same color as Deku Shield, and I thought it might have been boots when we first saw it, but it looked a little blocky for that. Like, I didn't see the
Ooh,
bifurcation originally.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think Deku Shield is a good guess for what that item was.
Yeah, we can ask our runners as well, because they absolutely got a better look at it than we do.
This room with long shot is so nice. That room with hook shot is the worst thing imaginable.
No, it's not.
It
That room with
is.
nothing is the worst thing imaginable.
I would prefer that over over it with just
Really?
a hook shot. Yes.
If you just have a hook shot and you like it better, you can just not use your hook shot, you know that?
Yeah, but like if I have a hook shot, I'm incentivized to try and use it, and then I mess it up, and then
Fun fact for the day, this check here that Alfalfa's doing, that can be your first logical hook shot. It's not today, it's something else, but it can be. Today is fire arrows, which hangs together considering it looks like we didn't need a fire source to climb spirit at all.
yep.
Yeah, I got really tripped up with that because I thought that that you were going to have hookshot to do the wall climb. No, you're not. You're supposed to have hookshot to do the vanilla boss key room. Because I just mentally lumped the entire top of spirit as need hookshot as opposed to the boss key room. So I've learned something recently. The first logical bomb bag also hard but possible.
Yep.
Because you just need to have to not go out on the left side. No keys on left adult side. Let's see how this Twin Rova fight goes. For whatever reason, I have had the saddest Twin Rova fight.
I hate Twin Rova. Troll Rova. It is honestly the worst boss fight in the game.
I don't mind Twin Rova normally. Actually, you know what I mind? Niburu Knuckle. I do fine with Twin Rova and Niburu Knuckle. I'm just like, what if I just twitch funny and like throw away 3 minutes of climbing back up spirit?
Now, you know what's worse than just Niburu Knuckle? Niburu Knuckle with quad damage and minimal items.
That's not. No, how is that worse? Because she'll one-shot you no matter what when you go to minimal items.
Yeah, true. I mean, well, any quad damage seed is just brutal. Anything's brutal in quad damage.
Yeah, Hookless Forest has been a real fun thing. I just like, as far as my weird damage, I honestly like Bonko. I honestly like it.
I've never done that. The most I've done
It's-
is I did a seed
You
where
should try it. It's
thing
funny.
does 1 heart of damage.
Yeah.
I
But
feel like
try Bonko. Even if you're bad at it, it's funny and you laugh the entire time, so it's great.
the thing is I wouldn't make it out of Dampe Race.
Just go for T-Race strats and skip Dampe Race.
You know, try to do that and Dampe will have my light or something.
Listen, you never get used to skipping stuff until you start skipping it. Go for it. What's on the line? Your pride? You're already playing Bonko.
Oh, nice job catching
Yeah,
Twin
that
Rova on that.
That was a very nice little wrap up to that.
Yep. And while we're going through this boss fight, and gonna take a just quick second and look at the bracket. So Alfalfa and Aurelius, the winner of this race will go on to round 3 where they will face KP3.
Yeah,
Oh, and
KP has been
KP3
been on tear recently.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really fun. I think we came up out of Scrubs around the same time. And I'm a Scrubs failure, and he was not, but he actually got a lot out of that tournament and came out very strong, and has been contending very well since. And since Scrubs was I S4? S4? S4.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I've seen a couple of KP's races recently. And it has been some good ones. I was there on the restream team for his round 1 match against Fant, and that was awesome. Didn't see the round 2 match he had, but I did see his a couple of his group matches, and he has been playing very well, and definitely a scary thought knowing you have to potentially go up against someone who's on a bit of a hot streak.
Well, and Dastar's pointing out in chat that KP hasn't dropped a race all tourney.
Yeah, he's again, he's been playing very well over the past couple of months, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. Also, yes, we're going to see both of our runners in Deku at the same time. Really taking advantage of that Furor's win to not have to immediately cross. I think he's going to hope for getting Requiem off of, I think he knows that we're looking at Requiem on... No, Requiem's on Burning Cack, right?
Yes.
So...
Yeah, if Irons are here, this is a really nice finish here for Alfalfa. Being able to go mode both Jabu and Water.
Oh, wow. I just noticed Aurelius did what I was talking about earlier and wondering, what do you do?
Yeah. Well,
And-
Aurelius had the advantage of having Furor's wind.
Oh, where was Furor's?
That was on Phantom Ganon. So, press your advantage, press the advantage you got from that Stone Forest, and use your Furor's Wind. I think that's a really smart way to play, because if you're feeling, you saw that hook shot, you have no idea if Alfalfa got it or not. You did already sink all that time into the now you realize not logically indicated forest. Press your advantage and use that Furor's Wind.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Aurelius
Because
is gonna
if Alfalfa did the same thing, he would also be doing it. And if Alfalfa did not do the same thing, he wouldn't have access to it. So might as well use it.
If you're an Aurelius fan, like, where do you want the irons to be at this point so that Aurelius can catch up on that Spirit Temple?
That's a hard question.
Honestly, there's no honestly like really good locations that can be, because everything that Aurelius has, Alfalfa has access to as well.
Also, HBA, I think, is probably the answer. HBA 1000. Because that would be the only thing that would force Alfalfa into Forest at this point.
True.
Spirit Map Chest, that's also a good option, but
I think
that wouldn't be logically indicated, though, because we know where the second strength is. Both the fire arrows and the second wallet were in logic.
True.
So those have nothing to do with you don't have to pass through Deku to get either of those things.
I'm curious. Do we see our first scale before we see irons? That's what I'm really curious about.
Oh, a potential bad thing that could be here in Deku is Lens of Truth. If that cross is required. Yeah, Purple is a moment behind me in thought. I think that would indicate go to well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could also just be a... Wait, no, because we have 2 strengths. Never mind. So we could just buy a tunic. So that can't be it.
Yeah, we have our 2 wallets, and the wallet in Spirit is in logic.
It's a little scary because so far we're seeing nothing at this point. It's whatever's on Goma.
Could it also be leading to the Prelude song?
No, that would be a Temple of Time path.
Okay.
It's where it actually... It is where it actually is located as opposed to what you need to acquire that item.
Oh, okay.
1500 is dead, Dastar. 1000 does not have a hint. Yes, I think that the only thing that would give Aurelius a real solid chance of catching up would be having it be on HPA 1000.
Yep, HPA 1000 and everything just starts to fall into place.
Well,
Gets ins.
we got this double Goma fight that will lead us to our path item inventory.
Yep. Oh no.
Aurelius is struggling a little here with Deku, and you know what?
I got it though.
You know what?
Pulls it off somehow.
It's still a one cycle. It's still a one cycle.
It's
Very
a one.
good.
It's a scuffed one cycle though. Very scuffed, but
Yeah, purple. All of it's going to depend on what we see here off of Goma. Hey, the fact that you didn't, if you scuff the one cycle and keep it going to a two cycle, it's way better. It's the lens.
It's lens. Ah!
put away the spoiler log. Put away the spoiler log.
Yeah, and now Aurelius is like is going. Why did I not cross?
You know, don't get ahead of yourself. Wait a second.
Oh, so it's
All right, we're
absolutely not
good. It's not getting ahead of us. All right, start thinking about your guesses. 5 rights and lefts in any order. Wait.
Yeah, Bill, we had Alfalfa had 2 small keys left when he got to the top, so we absolutely saw all 5 small keys.
I actually lied. Aurelius is not rushing treasure chest game.
He's rushing across Wasteland.
Oh, right. Makes sense.
Aurelius is going to get the
Nocturne Shadow.
Right.
Ooh.
Which is going to do absolutely nothing for you.
And Alfalfa is going Jabu.
Again, clear out your progression.
Exactly.
I think he might even consider... Oh, yeah, you do Jabu because Jabu is locked behind the Lens of Truth.
What?
Jabu's locked behind the Lens of Truth.
Because of where Rudos was.
Where was Rudos?
Inside of Spirit. And Spirit we absolutely were able to do without...
Ooh.
You need to go through Jabu to get the... I think you need to go through Jabu or through Well to get the Iron Boots, because otherwise you'd be... Because this is a very adult Spirit. It's a very adult-centric Spirit.
True. Okay.
Yeah, so we're kind of narrowing it down. I definitely feel like we're looking at... Maybe it's Jabu. That'd be nice. Maybe it's be done. Frox is a... Probably just for completeness' sake. River is a path location. Frogs 2 was hinted, not Frogs 1. Or was I misreading?
Nope, Frogs 2. It was Frogs 2. 100% Frogs 2. I will live and die by that.
Yeah, but yeah, so Song of Storms is hinted by... Yeah, there's Frogs... No, Frogs 2 was hinted twice next to each other. If you have 2 Frogs 2, does it make it Frogs 1? Or is that Frogs 4?
Oh, Jesus. Frogs 4 is whenever you have to play all of the songs from Majora's Mask as well.
Yes. You also have to break out the Wind Waker and conduct the frogs. Alfalfa remembering the fish, very good.
I always forget
fish,
about
however,
the fish.
However, have different ideas.
I always forget about the fish. I get to the top and I'm like,
oh my god. That fish are
okay, so
the Trollrofa.
So the fish. The fish are the winner of the seed. Go home. The fish are, in fact, the ones that are going to the next round.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the most time waste on fish that I've ever seen.
they're just
They're
really
just like,
on top
no,
of it
we
today.
don't want to be caught.
And Alfalfa, I think, quite rightly, is not going to do any of the domain checks because he's done with Twinrova and he knows what's going on there.
Yeah, he knows that it's gotta be for Tunic or something, and it's like, yeah, I don't want it.
I want to go in the fish. I want to go check Fountain. I want to get my iron boots. I want to be done.
Still checking hints.
Well, there's still some small hints. Like, I had not seen the vanilla hammer chest key.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's, what, one more sometimes that we're missing? Yeah.
Either one or two I didn't see. And that's definitely too flat to be boots. I think I agree with the Deku Shield.
Sadie was right. One more sometimes.
Yeah. As long as you're like right there, sometimes hints can be very powerful, particularly since this is locked by Rudo's letter. So if there's some information that is logically required to wrap up the seed, but you don't actually need at the moment, like what if that was they say that the boomerang chest is iron boots?
Fair enough.
Then you just blitz to boomerang chest and then leave. Well, you don't leave, but you just don't have to do as many checks. Or if it was the boomerang chest, it's not just you just drop some bombs down the middle and be like, that'll take care of it.
Goes to rank chest to get something, leaves medallion dungeon without finishing.
I think that's a reasonable response to Jabu.
Honestly. Can we just have S7 where Jabu is always just empty and we don't have to do it?
I do like the decision in Triforce Blitz to make Boomerang Chest always dead.
That is amazing. I don't know anything about Triforce Blitz, but you have me intrigued.
You should do Triforce if you like just going from place to place really fast. Do Triforce Blitz. It's the point of it. Go from place to place really fast.
See, I won't be good at that because I am.
There's the other good part about Triforce Blitz. You're trying to get to 3 spots, and you can count yourself as being successful if you get to one of them. Because you got a piece. Good job.
Yeah, fair. Oh, you missed.
Rudo just catches on the edge of the ceiling.
The only problem I would have with Triforce Blitz where I would struggle is I am way too thorough sometimes.
It's good to cure you being thorough, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But the other good part is that it's over in 2 hours, which this one will not be, but depending on where those iron boots are, it could be over close to 2 hours. This has been a very... If you get that hook shot nice and early, it has a lot of potential to, clip along.
I think it is either in here, somewhere else in Spirit, because there's still some more checks we have access to. Or
Logic is telling me...
It could be Treasure
Well.
Chest game. Well. Ooh, it could also be well. It could be well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's absolutely true, Testar. Take 2 hours, throw in the trash, or give it to me and make me stream it.
Well, it wouldn't be any fun for you to stream it now, because you know the seed.
Well, no, not this seed. This seed's actually pretty good.
I know.
Yeah,
Like,
this
aside
is
from
not a bad seed.
Yeah, you can actually make some good logical inferences from the strength upgrade path. Again, that Kakariko thing seems confusing, but then I just stare at it long enough and go, yep, that is telling me to go GTG. That's telling me to go across the wasteland.
Yeah, honestly, you're right. This seed hasn't been too bad.
Wait, I just realized something.
What?
We logically need to inspire to finish this seed.
Why?
How so?
The fire arrows were on the Spirit Temple backflip chest.
How does that mean we need dins?
Because our mirror shield was fire locked.
Oh.
Dins is on Wasteland!
No, it's not. You need the firehouse to get Dins.
Wait, fuck.
Word.
Okay.
Sadie! No!
Exact opposite of that, Sadie.
It is okay. In my defense, it is Saturday. I might have had an adult beverage or two.
Me too. Me
Good
too.
plan. I just have coffee because we're gonna go get cocktails after this.
Oh, nice.
But-
I have some off sales from a brewery I go to, so.
Ooh, nice. No, I have
I'm one
my
of those
medication.
craft.
I love
I'm
craft
one of-
breweries.
I'm one of those craft beer snobs.
Okay, as long as you don't have as long as you don't think that you should put enough hops into your beer to make it taste like Pine Sol.
No.
God, some West Coast IPAs are literally Pine Sol.
I'm just joking as well. I'm not a craft beer snob. I am a college student, so.
Yeah. No, we have I live in a place with good beer, so it's nice.
Well, that's good. The place I live is more so known for its wineries.
Ooh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, happy 2 hours, everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe our runners will maybe we can send our runners an adult beverage after this. So our runners, Alfalfa and Aurelius, who have been doing a really cool job with this seed. It's been fun to watch. Some really cool stuff going on tech-wise and routing-wise. Our trackers telling us what we have on the in our runners' inventories. We have Lady Draco and Baseball. We got Dastar on the back end doing restreaming, and Gootron on the back end making sure that the race is properly monitored. And then there's us. We're talking at you.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks, Kyrie. Thanks, Sadie, and this has been fun.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I've had a blast.
Also, Baronade. I love watching Baronade, honestly.
I love watching Baronade, but it also just makes me sad because I have never gone a quick Baronade fight.
You'll get it eventually.
In my career. I've finally gotten quick Ganondorf fight pretty consistently. But Baronade is just one of those bosses which I struggle at.
I am scared to fight Baronade because so far in the seed I am practicing with, I have not had to face him, but I'll have to eventually.
Yeah, make sure you have enough sticks is my only piece of advice, because you know what you don't want to do? Baronade with pots.
See, there's not many bosses in any Zelda game that scare me. And it's not a skill thing, but the one boss in Zelda that does scare me is Armagoma in Twilight Princess, because I have terrible arachnophobia.
That's a good reason.
So I hate that boss. And it's
I will
nothing to
say
do with skill.
low
It's an easy boss.
equipment Mothula in Link to the Past.
Ooh.
That's always a good time. I came to Ocarina from Link to the Past Randomizer. I still it's just not my favorite. It's not my, Ocarina and I get along really well because of the logic. But yeah, my first ever seed of that, I had a hard lock. My progression hard lock behind a mirror on Fighter Sword Mothula, so I just have a knack for rolling bad seeds for my first seed.
Awesome.
Alright, so Alfalfa is headed to the well, I think. As well.
Yeah, I think that makes sense to go ahead and do that while you're still child.
Yep. Couple things we're gonna do before we head back. We're gonna do We're gonna do treasure chest game. And then I think after we do those 2 checks, we have basically cleared out child in its entirety.
Yeah, and I think that this is a very strong location to look for iron boots and also incoherent. That sounds terrible.
Wait, let's see. What did I miss?
Having to do ice armors without bow. Which I think doesn't that involve just a lot of doing a lot of damage to it? Just a lot.
So
ooh,
put,
hey, people are interested in what Aurelius is up to.
Not having to do bow crap because he has a fire source.
He's checking the map test that we were not checking before, which is nothing. But we were interested.
Which is Din's locked.
Okay. He is not doing TCG. I think it's because he's looking more in the long game of his time of day is not good for it, and he has this very, very lens-locked location here, which is doable in less than 5 minutes and has lots of checks. Numbers of checks that you have to do waiting for time of day for waiting for time of day for the slow TCG check. You can get you have a much higher percentage chance of bottom of the well paying out.
Yeah, and that's the thing. At this point in the seed, follow your paths, but do so in order of density. So, well is just more dense than.
Like, see?
Yep. And strike
Gold.
3. Oh, interesting.
So that is
Huh.
Back to what I was saying, though. Yeah, you just follow your path. In
thinking.
this case, your path is lens, and you do whatever checks are locked by that by density.
Yeah, I mean the most obvious place is treasure chest game. If you had a way to get time of day, you might consider doing it first, but the time of day is not good here for that. Also, there's another one.
Yeah, another big chest. You said.
The big chest is alfalfa is going right there.
Oh.
Okay, 30-minute time save. Love to see it. Yeah, actually, I like that idea for a route. Do ODC Fairy and Scum TCG. I like that idea for a route.
That's yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about that strength upgrade and the implications of that, because we had the path strength, which got us to strength 2. Did we need a strength to get here?
No.
No.
Wait.
Well.
No, we didn't, because.
No, there's a dash.
Wait.
For the mirror shield. You need the mirror shield. That's our only fire source.
They expect you to logically cross, come back, do well, get dense, then.
If there isn't anything here, I'm going to do a scary thing, and I'm going to agree with you. You need to go Wasteland.
I thought you were gonna say Shadow, and I was about to be like, be quiet.
Either would make me thrilled.
Honestly, Shadow would also be good.
No, I don't want to see a stone shadow. Please, don't do this to me.
Wasteland.
I will live with Wasteland, but if we have to sit through a stone shadow, I will lose my mind.
What if we sit through Stone Shadow and there's nothing, and then you still have to go Wasteland?
Well, I will still lose my mind.
Either way, somebody is losing their mind today.
Yep.
Ooh, alfalfa not
Your only
getting...
slingshot is strength 2 locked. Yep, thank you, I can hear it. Thank you. And it was on Goma in particular.
Oh no.
Oh no, this poor robot is being than usual. You never want to see a splash on the ground.
Yeah, I think it's messed. Yeah, it's messed. That's
he's just gonna have to work through 3. Ideally, you just like hang out through 3 cycles here. Don't get hit. You know, the usual. And then go back when she starts throwing fire.
Yeah, that's the worst. It should start throwing fire again now, though. Those 3 ice.
Yeah, this is what's happened to me recently, when for some reason I've turned around. He shouldn't. So, like, when you are doing your initial fight with Twinrova, it's always going to be 3 fire and 3 ice until you start damaging her.
Is that
once you get about halfway, it's random.
Is that a vanilla thing, or is that like a thing coded into rando?
I believe that is vanilla.
Okay, cool.
How many more checks are there in well at this point?
This is
Not a lot.
I think this
Wait.
is it.
Yeah, this is it.
All right. I think you're thinking alfalfa shoes. I'd be in shadow. I mean, I'm already in shadows where I live, but
Yeah, I mean, Alfalfa can go check OGC Ferry, which
that's a good option, honestly.
Check
Yeah,
treasure
so-
chest game, please.
check
I do
OGC
like-
Ferry, go do Shadow, go do Wasteland, then come back and clean up child checks, I guess?
Din's was in one of the underwater checks in shadow.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Now, I always forget, are we saying that because someone is walking into Shadow, that Stone Shadow has found a way?
I think it means that you have to get an item that's required there.
That's what I always think, but people always argue with me about it. So, okay, cool.
Also, that is also our final sign of we now have a fully logical AD. We now
That's
have iron boots on. We have iron boots on HBA 1000 as an option now.
That Death Star, it doesn't matter what you think.
Well, don't be nice to Death Star. He does a lot of hard work for us.
See, I love
He
Death
can be
Star.
wrong. He can be wrong, but his opinions still matter.
See,
We love you,
Death
Dastar.
Death Star knows I love him.
Hold on,
It's
everyone.
just-
Let's see if we can do this. Ready? On 3. 1,
Uh-oh.
2, 3. Yeet!
Yeet!
That!
Rock! We got it. I don't know what you
We
were.
tried. We tried.
But
It's
yes.
not the worst that that's gone.
The rock has been yoked.
The rock has been yoked.
For not.
Oh, these irons. I'm still
Fire?
curious, or I'm still curious. Do we find our
Oh,
First
not for
scale?
fire. Yes, for fire? No, not for fire. Okay, this is for the, Oh, ice. I like ice.
I'm just curious. Do we find our first scale before we find our irons? Like, God.
I bet we do.
What if- Okay,
At
here's a
this
thought.
point, we're running out of things that can be in big chests. Like,
What about irons and Sunstone Grave?
yes, Sadie, yes. Oh wait, no, Jax.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sadie's cackling is good enough to say yes to, honestly.
Yes, yes.
One of my favorite seeds I ever watched, and I wish I could remember who was running it, was a seed where at like 2 hours and 45 minutes, someone finally got Sunsong and checked Sunsong Grave.
Hi there.
And it was like the last item there.
See, I'm gonna say this right now. That is the only way I would enjoy a Stone Shadow right now.
Wait, so I just thought about so got that now, and it is. So that is proving that yes, that is the only slingshot in Goron that's the only accessible slingshot in in GTG. Okay. That's great. So it was the reason that all that stuff was passed to Goma is because you needed both of them. Both of those
That's
things in GTG are required.
Incredible.
Nice. And yeah, fortunately for Aurelius, they are still playing catch up.
Alfalfa going back child?
Save. Okay, get your guesses in chat, everybody.
Oh yeah,
This-
this is TC.
This has got to be TCG.
He did the scum that Incoherent suggested.
And per usual, if you win, I will gift some subs. If I win, I will gift even more subs.
Alright. Let's start thinking.
I mean, you start thinking. I mean, right now I see this as a fairly, I don't want to say cut and dry, but I'd say my parameter space is narrowing pretty intensely right now. My parameter space includes such things as anywhere fire locked.
Oh
Which leaves us with pretty much Haunted Wasteland and also Haunted Wasteland.
Mhm.
Or Shadow Temple, or right here, or ice. We're down to very little.
I'm gonna end it whenever the first door is open in 3, 2, 1. All right, let's see. We are going left first.
Oh, I'm out.
I'm out.
Sorry, righties, you're out. Then we are going to the right, which means I'm out, but Gutrune's still in, and so is Shy. Left, right, and then left again. Gutrune's still in, so is Baseball, so is Shy. And then back to the right. Oh, Shy, are you gonna get it?
Yes, Shy is the 1 in 16.
Shy
wins.
does get it.
Wow.
All right, Shy. Shy, what does Shy win today?
Well,
Shy wins a bomb bag.
Shy also already has a sub, but I am going to gift one to just the community.
Hey, you want
Because I love
Yes, I love some
seeing
tea. Thank you.
I love seeing Treasure Chest Game win.
All right, we are heading toward Shadow.
Well,
Shadow over ice. Good man.
I might have a nap while we have to sit through Stone Shadow.
All right, I'll commentate on it, considering it's my favorite. Welcome to my house. This is where I live.
I love Shadow Temple. I think Shadow Temple is like so interesting. Also, Tober, enjoy the sub.
Yeah, and I mean, now Shy has the bomb bag and can start like going off on their own adventure.
Is the bomb bag like the Zelda equivalent of getting your first Pokemon?
It honestly is, isn't it?
Yeah, it just opens up your whole adventure for you.
Yeah, I guess. But so here's the thing with Shadow for me. I think it's a cool dungeon. I absolutely love the lore of it because like I'm really into Zelda lore and like all that stuff. But when it comes to gameplay, I've died so many times in Shadow that
I mean, that's why I live in the Shadow Temple. I fell to the void up plane too many times, and that's where I live now.
fair. But yeah, I just get PTSD from watching it, like legitimately, like it's bad.
Okay, if Shadow is a bust and Aurelius doesn't go there, how close is it? Depends, I think, because there's still a well that's tempting to do. Actually, if it isn't here and Aurelius goes directly to where it is, I'd say it's fairly close.
I bet this is a scale. First scale, I'm gonna call it.
Did Alfalfa not do this trust?
What?
Oh no!
Oh, double scale!
No!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Why did he
Wait,
not do...
Alfalfa must have done it because Alfalfa's leaving.
Oh, he must know it's there. Like, why would he have stunned it? Was it hinted?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it was hinted. I don't know why you would have picked it
As far
up.
as I see.
I wonder. Scale, path, irons on lab dive. We're not gonna see it, but that's where irons are.
Okay, that does feel weird not grabbing that, particularly with a gold scale water potentially on the table.
Also, I'm gonna say that counts as like Stone Shadow finding a way.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is. I think it counts.
As much as I don't want it to count because I am on a massive losing streak for predictions, yeah, it counts.
Yeah, we definitely will put a pin in that to ask Alfalfa why he wouldn't grab that, particularly with irons being one of the things you're missing.
Yeah, I mean, I still think that this puts Alfalfa pretty solidly in the lead, but ooh, that doesn't feel good having to go back.
No, it does not. I mean, Alfalfa, provided it's not on Central Pillar, Alfalfa has this. Because Aurelius still needs to go to well. Oh, no, he's not going straight for it. He's checking domain.
What? We
I don't know.
haven't.
He skipped domain, I agreed with that, but I don't know why he skipped. Why did he skip that?
You agreed with a skip domain knowing it's path?
Yeah. Yeah, because it was Path to Twin Roba and he'd already beaten Roba.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense. I'm dumb.
Maybe he does know he skipped it and that he just wants to make sure he grabs this on the way?
Yeah, because I mean, if Iron Boots were there for some weird reason, I guess you could just leave.
Well, yeah, the Zora's domain path is very clearly a wallet tunic that he doesn't have yet. So, yeah. Maybe there was, like, something... Maybe for all he knows, there was something in water that was path for that. I don't know.
Alfalfa knows he's missing something, but I'm not sure he knows what.
It's very weird. Like, that sudden, like, jump back on that.
I'm
Yeah, I
just
would
confused.
love to know what Alfalfa's thinking.
I'm just curious
He's normally such
why.
a consistent
like,
player. It's odd that he skipped Bomb Bag. He did not check that chest in Jabu because otherwise he would have gotten a gold scale there.
yeah, I'm curious why he orphaned that check in Jabu though. Like,
Yeah, that he did not do. I think I saw him not do that room, which like
which
you're
room
pushing
was that?
hard,
Was that the bubble
it's
room?
no, it's boomerang chest.
Ugh.
So Kat has pointed out that it seems like he didn't want to wait for chests to spawn, which, especially if Alfalfa thought that he would find irons along chasing that lens.
Yeah, that's odd.
Oh
So
no,
odd.
no, no! Go to Jabu, Alfalfa.
He's
what
not
are
gonna
you
go to
doing?
Jabu. He's not going to Jabu.
I
Fuck!
know. Which is
Oh,
could
it
be really
hurts.
bad because the scale could be path, and as I said,
No, it's not. It's very okay. It can be, but it's unlikely.
it's unlikely, but it can be.
This hurts though. You should be done with this by now.
I'm gonna tentatively put up just a quick, 1 minute prediction of who do we think will win, especially knowing where Gold Scale is now. Will Alfalfa find Iron Boots for it, or will Aurelius?
And will you need the Iron Boots? Scale was not the path and domain. Was there a reason Scale might have been the path and domain? If there was a tunic in water, or if there was a wallet, the other wallet was in water. Yes, it would have been a wallet in water. If there was a wallet in water.
It is a super quick prediction. Get them in very fast.
Because why you'd see Scale immediately rush path domain. I think maybe he'd been planning on doing the first two. I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea why Alfalfa didn't get the other Scale, and that's scary. Like, why did you skip Boomerang Chest in that situation when Alfalfa was extremely live for being important?
This is interesting now.
Very weird.
This race has gone very.
Yeah,
very...
this is. I mean, this has been Alfalfa's game to lose for a long time. I think he may have set himself up to potentially lose it by not picking up that chest in Jabu, and that's odd. It's so odd that Boomerang Chest sucks. I'm not denying that.
Very.
But you get it in that situation.
Yep.
Now, as someone who has done that exact thing, when I thought I was, there and skipped the Boomerang Chest that came back to bite me.
Yep.
But I've only ever done that in Go mode, or in Glow mode, more accurately.
Yeah, we could still get a little bailed out here and just get irons here in Shadow.
Irons are still very likely to be in Shadow.
I'm still holding out hope that it's my irons are just on
Lap
the
dive.
yeah. If irons are on lab dive, then I'm going to be so happy. But the thing is, we won't know if they're on lab dive because as soon as we get gold scale, we are going to go into water with the gold scale and not bother doing lab dive. So,
Well, until actually essential pillar, which as everyone always taunts me.
which would be even better in that
Yeah,
case.
Alfalfa skipped the boomerang chest out of efficiency's sake because the reason I have skipped boomerang chest previously is because I forgot to pick up Rudo. And at some point you just like go, it's probably not a big deal, and you keep going, and you don't go back for it.
Oh yeah.
Little glitch, just a little glitch. Okay, so Aurelius is getting that strength up. He's gonna get that Din's Fire. So we are on a countdown here for Alfalfa. If he doesn't find Iron Boots in the next couple of checks, very much erased.
Yep, and it all really depends as well. Where does Aurelius go after this?
Honestly, Din's Fire taking you to Shadow is not really it's not rocket surgery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless Aurelius just prefers Ice Cavern for some reason.
Yeah, it could just be an ice. True. Keep forgetting ice is there.
I try to forget Ice is there. I hate Ice Cavern.
Ice is annoying. The worst part about ice is the keys.
Worst part, ice is getting there.
Yeah, that's
Worst
pretty
part of
bad.
Ice is all of it.
See, I usually play dungeon entrance rando, so getting to ice isn't that bad.
Vanilla Iron Boots, okay.
Oh god.
Possible.
It is, but like...
Still allowed.
But yeah, no. The reason I don't mind getting to ice is because usually ice isn't that hard to get to for me. Because I play dungeon entrance rando a lot.
Yeah, that's true. But just the hike out to whatever dungeon is in ice is so long.
Yeah, that's brutal. All right.
So this is the boss key here in this pot.
Oh right, I forgot that was hinted.
And
I mean-
Wasteland is still a possibility.
Wasteland's
up.
still a
Technically.
possibility.
Do you guys want to know what still is a possibility as well?
Okay.
HBA 1000.
Still a possibility, you're not wrong.
There are some nasty things that are still possibilities. Like,
Yeah,
this could
HBA
be...
1000 is live until we see the irons.
Yep. Now that would be something. And it could be on Alfalfa's list of things to think about, given that he is doing all these stone dungeons already.
I mean, if you go through all of the checks and there's nothing there.
Yep. Because after this, it's like your check dense areas are basically forest. Although I don't think it could be forest, but...
The force is already done, so no, it can't be.
Yeah, oh wait, no, right. I forgot about that. But Alfalfa doesn't know that. And Alfalfa also...
Alfalfa does know that he's looking for something behind the entire complex of Racing Crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm much more inclined to believe that I'm looking at something, behind Shadow Temple right now. But honestly, I'd be more inclined to go to Ice Cavern. than to just go to forest, because ice is live on its own.
Fair enough. The only thing about ice is it's only, what, 4 chests and a song, though? I guess you get the song on the iceberg as well, but...
Yes, but none of the chests in forest can be iron boots on their own.
Yeah, true.
All of the chests in ice can be. Plus you get another check with Sunsong Grave. Plus you get a path to Twinrova in Zora's domain. That technically it's as far as we can tell, it's resolved. But technically, sure, there could be 2 things there, I don't know. Yep. And there is this like general Bayesian thing going on where when you have an item that is important in an area and it's hinted, it's more likely that there's more than one item there that you need.
Yep, no, you're right.
Yeah, this is all some very nasty logic.
Yeah, this seed is taking a weird turn.
Yeah, this just hurts that, you miss out on... You skip the boomerang chest and you probably don't even know you did at this point.
Yep, and this could have, like...
You know what? I think I understand what Alfalfa did with the run back child. That is well, shit, I guess I have to commit Stone Shadow here. Before I do that, let's just make sure that I didn't leave behind something in my path domain I haven't touched.
Yeah, exactly. But when you're that close, you skipped a couple checks in Jabu. Just go back and...
No, you don't. You absolutely do not.
I mean, you're
going
there,
back into the fish is so long. Like,
it's so long, but it's longer not doing it and having to hike all the way back there later when you're running low on checks.
Yeah, well, but it's 100 and something. There's 100 and something checks live.
It's 1 check in Jabu. Alfalfa's looking for basically 1 of 2 items at this point.
Okay, here's the thing. You're right. He shouldn't go back because he should have done it in the first place.
Yes, that's it. You shouldn't have.
That's true.
That's the thing. Like,
you got me there. It should have just been done in the first place.
This shouldn't be a decision you're making. This should be a decision you're making, and frankly, you know what? He probably doesn't realize he skipped it.
Yep.
That's the most likely chain of events here, that he does not realize he skipped it.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's exactly it. You shouldn't have to make that. Hello, big chest. How are you?
What?
Are you the irons?
Bonko.
Hey, manager, you got. Hey! This means you can get to Ice Cabin faster.
What?
Frog warp.
Frog warp.
Oh! I forgot that was a thing. Nice.
You know, if it's not the irons, that's probably about the best thing he could have hoped for. I mean, aside from the other scale, which he's left behind, which is really sad.
Yeah. I am still praying that, like, irons are gold scale locked, and that it's just that's my only wish at this point.
Okay, what did I miss? Why is Aurelius doing well the second time? Why did he not full clear the first time? Did he run out of consumables?
Possibly. I don't know. I didn't notice.
Gold scale is allowed to enter Water Temple, but not to do anything in there. There is a distinction.
If Aurelius goes shadow here, this could be good.
Good 1 cycle on Bongo from Alfalfa.
Very nice. But yeah, Aurelius is like clear next plays to go into shadow.
Or ice.
But yeah, or just to walk away. Oh, he's going to do
OGC.
Rock, of course.
OGC. Gold scale is logic for entering, but once you get in, you can't do anything in logic, basically, I think. That's how it works,
Yes.
right?
Oof. Shadow is blank. That's coming up with.
I mean,
So
you
where's
got
our
a scale. You got a scale. That's pretty useful.
Yeah. He's probably gonna end up in. I hope he doesn't end up in forest, but at this point, yeah, this is looking very bad for alfalfa, which is unfortunate.
So water temple logic is always.
Ice time.
Yep. Is there anything hard locked by irons in water?
The central pillar check.
Okay, that's what I thought. So if
And
Toski's on
depending on
central
your
pillar,
depending on your comfort level with gold scale water tricks, the dragon chest can be very sketchy.
Yeah, that's like the only chess I don't know how to get with gold scale. I know
There are
it's
multiple ways
possible,
to
but
do it. Wait, where are we going? Are we going to Wasteland?
Wasteland.
Sadie, calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
No.
I will be calm until Alfalfa crosses the bridge. Then, sorry, all bets are off. Though I feel like if this was a Wasteland call, Alfalfa would have called for Epona. No, we can't call it for Epona. We don't have Epona.
I wish. I'm sure everyone wishes. Aurelius is going back child. Oh, same trick. Same trick. We're doing hey, get your second TCG guesses in, I guess.
Alfalfa's like, I know that Sadie is watching this, and Sadie wants me to check Wasteland, so let's go check
Sadie?
Wasteland.
I need you to keep your composure, please.
No.
Clearly, you have not watched any streams where I have gotten Wasteland check.
I have. I'm pretty sure I was commentating with you once when it happened.
Sports. No, I think we'll be seeing a frog warp at post the Wasteland check.
Alright,
Again, in absence of the fact that we know that he
Okay.
missed a. Oh yeah, get your in the chat. I'm sorry.
there. That's
And we are closing it. Okay, we are going to the right first this time.
alright, let's
Right.
go. Come on.
Which means I'm out.
Alright.
Then we are going to the right again. Double right.
Yeah, sorry, you don't win
Dassar
this.
still in.
You don't get a bomb bag. I'm still in.
And right again, Jax and Dassar are both still in. And so is Biscottagem.
Sorry, Dassar.
more-
Bye,
More
Dassar.
right. Hey, Jax, if you win this, that'll be insane. If this is all right.
No, it's not.
More right.
I don't get the. I
You
do not
make
get
it
the bomb
laugh.
bags.
No one
Sadie,
won that
Sadie,
one.
don't look at alfalfa.
Oh, I'm looking.
Sadie just like staring.
I am staring and I am being normal. I'm being so normal.
Sadie's
Like,
looking
listen,
respectfully.
I am undressing Wasteland with my eyes.
All right.
Valero, where are we heading, friend?
Sadie. All right. Your favorite check.
Oh, if this is irons, Dassar is gonna have to put me in containment.
Then he'd have to be in there with you.
I think we all have to be in there. Because. Oh.
That would be nuts. That would be insane. That would suck so bad. Come on, Wasteland. I believe in you.
Yep. And meanwhile, Aurelius is going to ice, so we're going to see all of everything we have left. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, we're going to Firelock Spirit. This is... Honestly, I think Aurelius has taken a lead here, considering where he's headed. Although, we'll see.
If he.
We've already seen the spirit checks, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If it can it be anywhere other than ice at this point?
Yeah. It could still be 1000. It can still
HB
be
1000.
Sunsgrave.
Lab Dive.
Why would Sungrave have Alfalfa still the lead? He just needs to get iron. We're just looking for irons here.
HPA
Now, this just-
1000 would suck.
Oh,
This just
HBA
hurts
1000
because-
would be so bad.
This just hurts because Alfalfa should have had the gold scale long ago.
Mm-hmm. Like, we probably could have been done this seed by now. But you know what would be even better? If
There's another slingshot.
nice. If water BK was on Central Pillar.
Just so we had to hunt all this down, you know, the usual.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And then not only that, but
Then I have to be mad.
irons are lab dive. I'm full I'm all in on this lab dive. That is what it is. I'm calling it now.
Okay, honestly, the logical places for this are kind of whittling down, and lab dive has become more likely than previous.
I know. And I've been saying it for the past 20 minutes now. And I love it.
The question is that if for some reason it is Sunsgrave, does Aurelius check Sunsgrave before going into Shadow, or Aurelius has to check it before going into Shadow, right?
Yeah.
I think you do.
Yeah. It's
Which would explain
easy
why
as
Aurelius is doing ice first.
I am this seed has gone from nice to
This
annoying.
seed could have been nice. This seed could have been nice.
See, I still don't want to say it's a bad seed because we could have beat it 20 minutes ago if Alfalfa didn't skip the first scale. given that the BK wasn't lodged in Central Pillar, but
Yeah. Oh, this is Forest. Well, yeah, this is...
Well,
I will say unless we are dealing with... In fact, it is in fact on HBA 1000. This is
Yeah.
a very firm lead for Aurelius.
this is not good.
HBA 1000 is kind of what would let Alfalfa win at this point.
And even
Yeah.
then, it has to be the 10% boss key in Central Pillar.
Yeah,
Because Aurelius will
otherwise
end up... Aurelius has to pass through Shadow Temple.
Yep.
Yeah, this is... I feel for Alfalfa here, because this is how I tend to lose stuff. Just think I did, check and forget.
Yeah.
And then have it end up mattering. Is that irons? Is that French vanilla irons?
Oh my god. Don't.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
Yep, there they are. Here's your DLC.
Just out there. Nice.
Why didn't you go ice Alfalfa?
Honestly, you probably should have gone ice there.
Honestly,
But-
I think that would have been a smarter play than Stone Forest.
Hey, you're looking at... He's probably assuming someone's been in ice already.
I guess.
Not... Again, you can't meta that too hard, though, because, again, he had such a lead with that hook shot for so long.
Yeah, true.
And he had Frog War capability, which is a delight.
Hopefully it's a quick go mode in water. I really don't want
Yeah.
to see Dark Link loop.
Fortunately, Aurelius does have the, Aurelius does have the Furor's Wind, so this can be a pretty dang fast water temple.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Now-
go set Furor's Wind, and then go and find the boss key and get out of here.
Now, do you go compass or map first?
This is so contentious.
I know. That's why I asked.
I'm definitely no. I definitely have a small preference for compass, but when you have long shot, map makes more sense.
Yeah, I agree.
If it's hook shot water, absolutely want to do compass first, but long shot map makes more sense.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I prefer compass, but map is definitely the better play here. And wait, compass.
But again, it's also, do you have the movement really down to do the long shot climbs in
Yeah.
spirit in water?
And that's why I don't do it, because I suck at water movement.
Water is like the one dungeon where I've seriously practiced movement, and because I realized I was hating my life every time I ended up in water, and I wanted that to not be true anymore.
Forest is the dungeon that I just tried to optimize as much as possible.
It's not a bad play, considering forest, as we can see, is open to you almost every seed.
Yep.
It's almost always a good option. It's almost always not necessarily a good option. It's always an option.
Yeah, no, the furores here will make it a nice, quick
Dig out your key
hopefully.
and you're done.
I probably shouldn't say nice and quick, because you never know. We could be going Dark Link loop. But I believe for it to be on Dark Link loop, that's technically how many keys locked again?
5 key locked.
Yeah, that's what I thought. 5 key locked.
So
Same
there
with BK chest, right? Same with BK chest.
Yes. Any of the locked areas in water logically require 5 keys, because it assumes that you use your keys in the worst possible way.
Worst possible way, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I kind of
It's actually really helpful with water logic that you can determine whether or not you need to be digging for items in water anymore. Now, of course, Aurelius is not digging for items today. He's just looking for the boss key, which is a uniform distribution. It's randomly distributed first out of the 11 checks in water? 10 checks in water, pardon me, that it can be.
Yeah.
So, but if you're thinking about this for water, you can get, if you grab 2 keys, you can probably do everything. And there also ends up, so the vast majority of the time, not always, but the vast majority of the time, you can say there's gonna be two unlocked items and 2 locked items. So there's gonna be 2 items behind in the Dark Link loop in the BK area, and there's gonna be 2 items everywhere else.
Yeah.
You can save a lot of time in water with that.
Mm-hmm. And I believe we've seen 4 keys. I think we've seen 4 keys, because I think the bomb wall chest is a key.
Yes.
So I think we're sitting at 4. We just... Oh. Please don't. No Dark Link loop. Please? Oh.
Yeah. God, Alfalfa is fully committed to AD here. I just realized that. There's no reason to do this other than being committed to AD.
And I just checked to make sure we didn't have like a river hint or anything, and we do not, so.
Yeah, you're just slogging through water today.
Yep. Can't skip any checks today until you find that key, but.
Yeah, just try and get through the... Yeah, it's super unlikely to be only 1 key locked item, but I've seen it, and I've seen it's thrown me for a loop, because I've seen it exactly once.
Yep. Alrighty. Feel we are going to see Central Pillar followed by Dark Link Loop. I mean, that's all that's left, basically. Oh, and this chest. I always forget about this chest.
Oh yeah, the dragon chest. And then the central bow. You were saying?
And Dark Link Loop and BK chest are now in logic.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're looking pretty likely to have to go do Dark Link Loop at this point.
I know. Well, what a seed.
Yeah, this is again I feel awful for alfalfa if there isn't a BK here in the central pillar. I'll feel only a little bad. It does feel weird to commit to AD over ice, but I can kind of understand if you're an ice skipper, or an ice put offer that you would probably be like, okay, well, I would have lost already if they'd been ice, right?
Yeah.
Not
And
fully
also,
understanding the degree you had a lead.
yep, and also we are about to see if these irons are hard required. Or
I
in
would not
fact,
be surprised if they are at this point.
This rate thing they are.
honestly, with our key layout, I personally think Dark Link Loop is more likely. Given we have all 5 keys. As much as it pains me to say.
I mean, it could just be there's an item on Morpha. It's all locations reachable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't read too hard into water key logic as far as determining like where my big key is going to be. You know, whether or not it's in logic, yeah, but I don't read too hard into it. But these shell blades are really trolling Aurelius.
This is bad.
You need to get out of their faces because your hook shot is hitting their. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, but the hook shot is hitting their shells. You need to give it a little bit of space. Because unless you see something really distinctive, like the only one non-key locked item in water, you don't. I don't read too hard into water key logic. Spirit key logic you read fairly hard into as far as what the game wants you to do and when, because it has so many little knobs and levers in it.
I don't even try and understand spirit key logic. I go into the dungeon, I do it, I get my keys out either in logic or out of logic. I don't think about it one bit.
Yeah, well, being thinky is important sometimes if you're trying to do this fast.
It does, but like sometimes I just couldn't be bothered because I'm bad. I'm bad at the game.
There's room for improvement.
Most of my seeds end in a complete full clear, but that's also part of playing high sandy stuff, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you add more checks, the more just like clearing you're doing. Yeah, like you get so much info about, again, like the fact that Din's fire was out there somewhere, and that was likely to be important. Like, because I knew the spirit key logic, I was able to say that.
Mm-hmm. Oh! So hard required.
Hard required irons today. So I feel less bad for Alfalfa. He just made... I still, like, question the decision to go to commit, 15 minutes of time in forest for one check over going to ice first. Which is, like... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 checks in, like, 10 minutes.
If he went ice before
when he frog warped. He had the opportunity to frog warp when he went to...
Yeah.
True. But, like, back to what I was saying, it would have been a very close race. I think that frog warp would have gone alfalfa there quicker and given him a little bit of an advantage, but it definitely would have just come down straight to execution. Yeah, and also, shoutouts to Aurelius on the tour of execution for going for the door kill on Morpha. Did not pull it off, but that is not an easy trick, so just trying to go out for that is really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I do agree. Still do ice lock by your path to Morpha. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree with that, but... So how did that path to Morpha, like, work? What did we...
The path to Morpha was the lens. The lens is to cross the wasteland. Across the wasteland, there is the... Yeah, across the wasteland, there is a spirit temple. The spirit temple has Ruto's letter in it.
Ah, right. Yes. I couldn't remember where Ruto's was, and that is why.
And yeah, that's what's really pointing this out. It's like, yeah, you... In 1v1s, that's why I'm saying don't meta yourself off a cliff in a 1v1. You don't know where your opponent is. You don't know what your opponent's going through. You don't know that your opponent is on a fruitless hunt for the iron boots and just, like, getting more and more pissed off by the moment. If you just keep going and you keep making progression, you find the troll item first, or the difficult item first, you might actually be able to, you can pull it back. So yeah, like, being able to be tenacious in AC is really important. And you know what?
And-
We don't have to feel as bad for Alfalfa because he would have just done Water Temple and found us in the central pillar and be like, can I quit?
Yep, no, exactly. And that would have almost been worse because he would have just felt so much worse about it. It would have been like,
Yeah.
okay, well, this sucks.
I never feel that bad about clearing out water, even if I have that.
Yeah, I usually hate touching water unless I have it, unless it's able to be full cleared. And even then, I don't like to full clear it. I like to get my boss key and get the heck out of there.
This makes sense in this case, as we did have Iron's Go mode. And speaking of happy Go mode, everybody, happy Gaines Castle, everybody. Welcome to the Gay Bridge. So I just completely lost what I was saying. That's fine. But yeah, so with water, like, it's actually not as bad. It's not that bad. Like, and the problem is if you start getting like really skittish about doing checks in a dungeon because you're like, oh, this feels bad, this feels slow, then that's just an extra way for you to lose.
Yeah,
That's another way for the game to kick your butt.
For me, with water, it's just remembering how it's just like a thing where I'm still in my mindset of the first time I played it when I was 6 years old back in 2007.
Stop saying what year that was. Thank you.
I'm young.
Maybe.
Hey. But and like,
Ooh, you have a big chest. Are we gonna get the big chest open?
so yeah, just playing the game as a kid, getting into water, and absolutely just hating it. I'm still in that mindset, as I'm 22 now, so.
I mean, I played Zelda back when Ocarina of Time, like, first came out, and I hated water back then. Like, water is 90% of the reason that my dad bought a walkthrough guide for us, so...
Oh wow, got the walkthrough guide. Dang.
Yeah, all I remember from my first playthrough was that Sheik is my gender. Sheik is the reason I have gender.
Oh, same
and
here.
Yeah, and also I remember the sun. I remember not being able to find Zora's domain as a child the first time. I wandered around the world forever trying to find the Zora's River. And I also remember the creepy smiling suns in Spirit Temple.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Those are like the one like image I have from my childhood playthrough.
The second thing I remember besides Water Temple pain is just not being able to kill the Octorok in Jabu. Or the...
Big Octo.
Oh,
Big
is
Octo.
Alfalfa gonna go back to Jabu?
No, Alfalfa is going to get Epona's song and going to go do HPA 1000.
Yep. And yeah, we're gonna see a door fight here. So
yeah, shout out to Artificial Red for Big Octo related reasons.
yeah, but Big Octo is I couldn't do it as a kid. It took me probably about 2 weeks to figure out how to beat it. Like, I struggled hard.
No, see, I started my gaming career on the NES, so N64 stuff was like, oh, this is challenging for me as a child, but like, at least it's not a NES game.
Yeah, I started on N64. My uncle gave me his as a hand-me-down when I was, as I said, 6. So, and I got games such as OOT with it, and that's what made me fall in love with Ocarina of Time, is because it was the first game I have a memory of playing.
Yeah, the first game I remember playing is Duck Hunt.
Oh,
Same.
Oh, I envy you. I wish that could have been my first game.
All right, speaking of though, we have a Ganon fight here.
Yeah. Sub 3 hour Ganon.
Sorry, Alfalfa, it's not AD, it's Ice Cavern. I know that I'm disappointed too. I know Lady Draco is the most disappointed.
So, yeah, try to think. Was there anything useful in any of the stone dungeons? Or could we have skipped them all?
Aurora's Wind?
I guess. but Feroz
mean,
Wind is not
The bow
required.
in DC was a pretty like that was equal. That
Where
equal
was
to
where,
death.
where was the other bow?
The other bow was in
Midas.
Midas' house.
Yeah, so literally we could have skipped all the stone dungeons.
Yes, you could have. I wouldn't have been mad about that bow in DC though. And getting one later. It's like if I had that, I had that. I mean, you would have that to go do Link the Goron, which much better than using the strength upgrade. Yeah, just Aurelius was willing to go ice first, and that's really the difference in the seed.
Yeah,
It
pretty
just
much.
tore back this huge. Hop had a pretty big lead, and just Aurelius clawed it back.
Yeah.
Alfalfa does have Sun Song, so he has to go set time of data right across the wasteland. Awful. Well, everyone get your GZs in chat. We're done here. Around 3 hours. Aurelius is taking this and going on to the round of 8 against KP3. Another weird, long, grindy seed with a weird location, but just persevering through.
But yeah, get your GGs in chat. It is not quite a sub 3 hour seed, but pretty darn close. And that will do it at 3 hours and 13 seconds. We have officially beaten the seed. And what a seed.
Yeah, and Alfalfa is conceded, I believe.
And it looks
I don't
like
blame him.
And it looks like we will be getting Aurelius in for a interview. I'm just in the race room right now, looking at it. Yeah, we will be getting an interview, which is awesome.
Where do you think the Irons were, Kayla? Where they belong, nice cavern.
GGs.
Welcome in, GG's.
Congrats.
Welcome in, GG's.
Congrats.
Oh. Okay, maybe not.
Bye. Bye.
No, just dealing with some of the. Okay, back. Hello.
GG's.
Okay,
Hello,
back.
GG's.
Hello.
GGs.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah.
How'd you
Yeah,
feel
thanks.
about the seed?
I did not deserve that win, to be honest.
Well,
mean,
You went to Ice Cavern is the answer. You went to Ice Cavern.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
went to-
I did Stone Forest, and I'm like, if it's in Stone Shadow, then I've already lost. So I'm just gonna try to cut that and do Ice Cavern.
So here's the thing. If you went Stone Shadow, you would have been baited into water with a gold scale.
Oh no!
Yeah, there was a gold
Yes.
scale. Yeah.
But the thing is,
And-
Alfalfa didn't get baited because they missed their first scale in Jabu.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's very confusing to me. But anyway, yeah. So that the main thing I think would made a difference in the early route was that I think going into Stone Forest made perfect sense in your case because you missed the hook shot on Hyrule Castle Ferry.
Mhm.
Have you ever been in the habit of routing that in before? Is that something you just skipped
Yeah.
today, or is this something you're gonna be integrating now?
That's actually my favorite fairy to check. But
Oh.
what happened was, I got the bomb bag off of Richard, and I realized I didn't have any money. So like that kind of just blanked my mind, and I didn't think of checking the ferry afterwards. So I was like, crap, I don't have the money. I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah, that's something I mentioned to early on stream, is that's a very orphanable check.
Yeah.
Yep, that's legendary arrows of time. There we go. We found him. Yeah, because for reasons, I suppose, Alfalfa committed HBA 1000 over going to Ice Cavern.
Yep.
Wait, they did all dungeons?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
He had Shadow finished. Hello, welcome in.
And
Hello, GG's.
Thank you for
Hello,
showing us those
GGs.
lovely arrows.
Yeah, so I'm extremely confused.
your
You forgot the type of
answer
dungeon, dude.
your answer was ice.
Ice. Okay,
Ice. And you also
so-
missed a scale in Jabu.
that was my giant fear all the way from when I like figured out it wasn't in the well, I was like, oh man, I really hope I didn't leave behind a scale when I go to Jabu.
But
it didn't
was
really
on
matter.
Central Pillar.
Okay,
So
so I
you
would have
needed
wished
those
that.
irons anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how? Okay, my number one confusion is the domain path to Twin Rova being a wallet.
This
For
strength,
Tunic.
strength 2.
Yeah, the strength, but I think the strength in well was not strength 2 locked. I couldn't figure out how it was strength 2
It
locked.
was slingshot locked behind strength 2 because the only accessible
God.
slingshot was in GTG.
The slingshot. Oh man, I forgot about that. Okay, so
Yeah.
that lines
So,
up. Okay.
honestly, Inko had to help me out with that one, keeping everything in track, because I then would have, wait a minute, what about that strength in the well? Like, oh right, I need to cross the wasteland.
Yep.
After a certain point, I just sort of gave up on like trying to untangle the logic. I'm like, it's somewhere. It's behind storms, I think, and so just like rush everything storms luck. But apparently, it was an ice.
Yeah, which was letter was also
Letter.
behind lens, so
Yeah.
Letter
Yep.
was behind lens. That's true. Okay. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was the logic in this seed kind of went astray a little bit and got a little bit confusing.
I don't think it was that confusing. I think it just was it was all very condensed. It was really just like, okay, go to GTG, go across the wasteland, done.
Yeah.
All you're getting, shoo.
What upset me about that was I did GTG and I had furores from doing Stone Forest, so I left the furores there. I'm like, okay, I got the Kokiri sword. Iron boots are going to be in the Deku tree, maybe. So I could beat Deku, get the iron boots, beat water, get that medallion, get Requiem, and I don't have to cross. And then I got a lens. I was like,
You gotta
what?
cross.
Gotta cross.
And another funny thing is when you guys were in Colossus, we could not figure out for a little bit what was on top of the archway. And we
Deku
for a
shield, I
while
think.
yeah, that's what we figured out eventually, but for a while we thought it was irons and we were trying to figure out how that worked.
Yeah, it looked like a little bifurcation at the top, but again, whenever you're looking at the tiny, like, this, you know how it is with the restream screen being the same size as the
Right.
entire emulator screen. So
Right,
it's
super, super tiny. So yeah.
yeah, but yeah, that was again like the logic tangle was pretty nasty at the end. Like,
Yeah,
it all made sense,
honestly,
but
I didn't. It didn't occur to me at all that letter was behind lens. That just didn't enter my head at all. So my next step was going to be deep fire.
okay.
To try to like chase that wallet that I didn't understand some more.
Mhm.
And then I was gonna go ice for lack of options. So
Okay.
that was gonna be my last location for sure.
That's
Yeah.
unfortunate. Because you
Yeah,
also
ice
had
is
the frog,
not
so
that.
you could have frog warped.
I could have frog warped. I probably would have frog warped when it came to it, but like, yeah, that was not a priority for me at all. So
Yeah,
That's
but
unfortunate.
I mean, that was hey, I mean, sometimes it happens. You're looking for an item at the end of the game, and it ends
Yeah.
up being, and there was no clear direction because that lens is in the middle of the seed.
mhm.
Like everything hinges around that lens.
Yeah. It could have been on HBA 1000. I was like that
Yeah.
would be the
Yeah.
cruelest spot, so that's what I went for.
You know what?
With-
That's
That
is just
1500
reading this-
hinted, big pose hinted, like of course it's just going to be there, right?
yeah, that is like just correctly reading the Zooter meta of whatever, however the seed will try to spite you, it will.
Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
did big
Yep.
pose without Epona just in case this is all just AD for freaking big pose. I'm gonna shoot this thing. And then
It makes
it
sense to
was
me.
nothing, so I'm like, alright, fine, I'm gonna do Stone Forest.
Big pose was actually hinted.
Where was that hint?
Oh,
got
gosh.
both of
Let me
those.
see the
I already
them was
had
Castle
the note
2.
sheet closed.
yeah.
One of
so
them was
it's
Castle
Castle
2, but I got the other one somewhere. I don't remember where. Yeah.
okay.
Let's see.
I never did find the skull
Um,
mask hint.
Death Mountain
That was back of Lake
Trail.
Hylia.
Ah.
Yeah, Death Mountain Trail was the other big po hint.
Oh, I skipped
Yeah.
that because I was just looking for irons at that point. I was doing the storms checks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I felt super good like early on. I was thinking, I'm going to be finished around 215 or something. And then, that lens just
And then Iron Boots.
threw a wrench into everything.
Yeah, it was again, like, you had a very clean early route. I was talking about particularly the Hyrule Castle Ferry, because you got that right when you went child, and Aurelius,
Yeah, that felt good.
that was Aurelius's long shot quite a bit after doing Stone Forest.
Yep.
So it was a good early route. Just what have a great early route and then can't convert at the end? I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
That's just kind of my brand.
I think if this had been a linear seed, I was in really good shape based on the early game. But yeah, that total, like, you got lots of options at the end. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was between
if you
Ice
don't
Cavern
completely
or
trace,
Stone
if you don't
Shadow.
completely trace ice, and that's the other problem, is that the lens opened up both Stone Shadow and ice.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were completely tracing all of the implications of that, you're just completely just at sea.
I figured I lost
you
if it
can
was
still
Stone
guess
Shadow,
wrong.
so I tried Ice Cavern.
Yeah.
But honestly, it was a close race and it was a fun one to watch. Like, you both played very well for the most part, like, execution
Freaking
wise.
almost drowned in Central Pillar.
Hey, but we don't
actually,
got
on
we
that
don't.
point,
And so
here,
I
if you're
fell
getting
off
that
the
close
right
to him-
hand without getting the boss key. So
I figured that Spirit was just trying to spite you there, wasn't it?
I don't know what
and he was
happened
like
there.
go off on a walk and
Yeah, and then I walked all the way back to Spirit again to do the DINS checks. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens.
But yeah, with the shell blades, really, is if they're doing that to you, just take a step back, because it just means that your hook shot's not going out far enough to actually hit their hitbox.
Pro tips.
Little thing, but yeah, you can't be too close to the shell blades, otherwise they'll just bounce off their edges.
Yeah.
Yeah, despite the fact that I hate Central Pillar, I do know a thing about it.
But yeah, really,
That's only happened to me like twice out of like the hundreds of Cs I've ever done.
Yeah, well, it's not often you're up in their face like that. They're really trying to do them for a little further away. But yeah, you get to go on to a round of 8, which congrats.
GG.
Yeah, thanks.
You will be facing KP3 next round. So, how do you feel about that? You nervous or?
I don't deserve to be here, but okay.
Yeah, just keep
Fair enough.
let it roll. KP's been on a hot streak, and you do understand you'll have the entire country of Brazil cheering against you. The entire country.
Oh wow, okay.
So yeah, you better be out. Better be careful.
Yeah.
Oh, I better have all of USA and Puerto Rico cheering for me.
Woo!
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. The Brazilian random community is a force, and they're wonderful.
They're pretty intense. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I got away with beating Ice 9 in the co-op tournament just because one of them personally likes me.
My consolation prize is I don't have to, or I get to King Zora skip again as often as I want. So that's pretty
And
nice.
I know you said you were also just like, I'm so tired of scheduling stuff, so
That is
join me in the layoff, isn't it nice?
Yeah, that's kind of nice. I don't have, I do have a little side tournament that I'm a part of right now, the Levi Belvedere Memorial Tournament, but that should be wrapping up soon too, and then I'll be free from scheduling hell.
But not having or being able to do Mido skip is a good consolation prize. I agree with you there.
KZ skip, but yeah, it's funny though. Like I went back to try and do some KZ
my
skips.
I would have won.
I went back to do some KZ skips this week, and I'm just like, wow, my KZ skips suck now. They're so inconsistent.
My KZ skips suck because I just learned it like a couple weeks ago. So
Yeah, but no, like after going from S5 to this, I'm just like, man, I need to get back into the habit. It'll be fun. Though. Are you planning on playing any of the upcoming weeklies?
I haven't tried the new weekly settings. I haven't tried them out yet.
Yeah.
Maybe next week. Maybe I'll give it a shot.
Sounds good. All right. So, anything else that you guys want to say about this, or we just thank you and send everybody off to go see something else?
Yeah,
today?
do one last round of shout outs and then Dastar can take us away. Does that sound good to everyone else?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
really quick, shout out to our runners, Alfalfa and Aurelius. That was seriously a great match to watch between the two of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
Um,
us.
and thank you to our trackers for letting us know what was going on, Lady Draco and Baseball. Shout out to our restreamer, Dastar, without whom we would not have a restream today. And our race monitor, Gutcheroon, who is the best race monitor we could ask for. Thank you so much. And shout out to my co-coms, Kyrie and Jax, for being here today.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it
really
was a great time.
it was a blast, and also a shout out to you, Sadie.
So I have a question. If Gutron is the best race monitor we can ask for, what does that mean? I'm confused. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. I love you, Gutron. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and raid what the hell happened. They have what is called a hot trash hell seed. I have no idea what it means, but we're gonna go find out.
Well, I love the sound of that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in just for the name of what it's called. So head on over
be a good one.
head on over there and drop some gauntlets on him. If I can remember how the hell to spell his freaking username.
How it was what the hell, Dastar?
Fuck!
What the hell?
WHAT. No, I'm kidding. Everyone, have a great day. Thank you so much for being here.
I can't type
Thank you.
now.